Live.
We're live? Okay.
Yeah. What's up, guys? Sorry
Thanks
for
for being
the.
patient,
Oh,
everyone.
Stacy, you're here. You made it. You're back from vacation. Yeah, thanks for being patient, guys. It's my fault. Just got a little bit behind. How's everybody doing? We got Autumn here showing her face for the first time ever on the channel. What is that? Mitakai Oisin.
That was brave.
Hmm?
That was brave reading it. Wait.
Oh, thank you.
Mez
in the house. Mez, I loved my song the other day. Thank you. It was very cute. Hey, Just Char. Sue in the house. We got Dominic. Princess Megan Elsa. Hey, Mike Stowe. Mountain Mama. Dominic, Juliet in the house. Mallory, Kayla, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Okay. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0. Pretty good. Hey, beautiful mess. Chuck Marie, 0504, Princess Megan. Okay. I don't think I'll be able to say hi to everybody, but hopefully throughout the night we will. Hey, 2 Dog Night. Where's 3 Dog Night? What are you drinking, Autumn? I'm in like a stupid mood, I guess. Hey, Mark.
Like water.
What is it?
It's like a big electrolyte water.
Good. Hey, Chuck, Nicole, Mallory, Connie. All right, guys. So Stacy, Dana. True Crime with Shannon. Hey, Ashley. Hey, Tennessee. What's up? All right. Hey, Mystery in the house. What's up? Anything going on with Darlie? What's been on the Darlie? I still have to write her. I'm supposed to write her. I still have to do that. Darlie Routier. Did you ever follow that case, Autumn?
I listened to you guys read the transcripts a while back, but that's all.
Yeah.
Not that that's all, because that was really informative.
Yeah, what Mystery? Does anything ever happen with the Innocence Project with her? Did she? I don't think. I think we probably would have heard that, but I wonder. Hey, Sunshine. Hey, Glenn Davis. So nobody ever. You guys, Autumn. I still have not found the video with the shoes. Now I haven't looked real hard because I haven't did my best to like research, but I did somewhat look for that. And I could and nobody sent it to me either. So we have that picture, but they said it came from a video. Well, where the heck's the freaking video at?
I know. I'm surprised it's not out there.
Yeah, I mean, I'll look harder this weekend and see, but I like looked, through. I don't. Hey, Hope Rains. Tall person's face. I know. I swear you don't look like you look like you should be tall. Maybe it is.
This is like that's me standing up. Not that it shows, but look, I barely hit the picture.
Yeah, but we don't know. We don't know where that picture's at, so that means nothing. Numb lungs. All right, so you guys probably want to get into it. Hey, Socks Life. Are those socks on your? That's funny.
Someone asked if you like fish.
Oh yeah, I got my Grateful Dead shirt on, but yeah, I like fish. Who asked me that?
Ada Cox.
Ada Cox? What? What's the name? Wait, where
there
is
it? I clicked it.
Ada Cox. Yes, I love fish. I love me some fish, but I haven't seen it.
I love me some fish.
That's what I did on my senior trip. Everybody's going to the beach, and I go on fish tour.
Was it muddy? I feel like it'd be muddy. I don't know why.
Oh, Coventry, the last, the one fish festival. Not when I went on tour. What do you mean? It depends on like where and like what the weather is.
The last big show I went to was super muddy because the.
Did you go to Coventry?
No, I went to the last show I went to was Riot Fest.
Oh, I thought you meant fish. Okay. No, but that's the one that I was telling you that me and Dave got arrested at. It was underage drinking because I was underage, but it was like an undercover cop. He was all hippie-ish looking, like tie-dyed, long hair. We're just sitting there drinking our
like what he looks like now when you looked, because he didn't look like that for a lot of years.
No, I'm talking about the undercover.
Oh, cop, okay, gotcha. Oh, he was really undercover, like.
Yeah, he was really undercover. He's like, "Hey guys," and we're like, "Hey, what's up?" And he's like, "Oh, do you
Oh
guys
my
have your
God.
ID?" And we're like, "I lied and said I didn't have my ID." Stupid me, like I thought I was gonna get away with it. Well, if he doesn't have my ID, but then he's like, "What's your social security number?" Trying to get you. It's like, oh, I couldn't get away. He let us go into the show though. He's like, "I don't want you guys to miss the show. I'll make this quick." So he just gave us like a ticket.
A tick,
Like,
yeah.
So I guess it wasn't arrested, but they were arresting people beside us.
Underage hippie cop.
Yes, I've seen The Dead, but not with Jerry, so I haven't technically seen the full band, but yeah, I've seen him with Warren Haynes. I've seen him with who else that plays like Jerry's part? I don't know, but yeah, I have seen him. All right, guys. Hey, all saying what's up? Oh, okay. Are you talking about with Darley?
What?
Mystery?
Can I answer in StreamYard or do I have to use my phone? Do you know?
If you answer in StreamYard, it's under
it'll be
my name.
you. Okay, got
But
it.
you
I just
could
saw
put
that.
like Autumn if you want. It's up to you.
No, it's all right.
I know that's probably annoying, huh?
No,
all right, so
not a big deal.
I'm gonna start off with like I picked out a couple clips because okay, so how many, let's do a poll real quick before we start. Because I want to know how many people think that there is two people. Oh, yes. Is this your first live as above, so below 7? Oh, you saw the third to last show. Whoa, Mark.
Wow.
Dude, I knew I liked you. No, I could tell. Like, you just have that. I don't know. I always got along with you. Okay, so I just like, anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about. All right, so let's do a poll. I want to know how many of you guys think that that my phone is falling. That if you think there's more than one person. And I'm gonna play I cut out a little, like a few parts. There's like 3 or 4 parts during the press conference that that basically kind of makes it seem like there's more than one person, or they're pretty open to the fact that there's more than one person. And then I'm gonna go through. I have some screenshots of like in groups and stuff, just like it'll be all hearsay stuff. Like, so you know how people will be like, I have a source that that knows this person, or I heard this. So it's nothing, you just take the Facebook groups for what they are.
That's really our only way right now.
Yeah, it really is. And a lot of times they do have good information, because probably at least, what do you think? Like 70% of the time is probably legit, or do you think it's less?
No, I think about 70. I mean, I learned a lot from your chat the last live.
Yeah.
From locals and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think a lot of, I mean, there's a good chance it is legit stuff, but like once in a while you'll have those people that pretend to be somebody, which is retarded.
That's weird.
Like, why are
people are weirdos that do that?
All right, so let me do a poll real quick. Hey Michelle, what's up? Silverleaf, what is up? Haven't seen you in a while. You got to come up on panel sometime. When was the last time you were up on panel? That was like back in like my brand new live days when I just first started having panels. Are you getting distracted, Autumn? Are you like one of those
cracking my back? But I can't. I'm trying not to do this though, rocking back and forth like that.
Is that hard for you to do that?
Yeah. So now I'm just like trying to sit still.
Well, get on it. All right. So, thanks, Juliet. Yeah, you're on it.
Hit that like after the vote.
Yeah. Okay, so let me say, do you think there's, I'll just put like, do you think there's somebody else? How should I word that, Autumn? Like, do you think there's somebody else involved in the Delphi, or
how many people involved? 1 or 1 plus or 3? How many options can you have?
I'll just put, let me keep it simple and be like, I'll just ask, do you think that Richard acted alone, or should I say the opposite? Do you think he had help? But make sure you read it specifically. Oh, thanks, Connie. And Jory, I saw you before the live started. You joined too. Thank you. Welcome to the family, Connie and Jordan. And if I missed anybody else, oh wait, it looks like Soul gifted 5 memberships again. You're too much, Soul.
That's
Thank
awesome.
you. All right. Let me do this poll real quick. All right, the chat just disappeared. Gosh darn it. Hold on. All right. So I'm just going to put, do you think Richard acted alone? So if you think there was more than one person, say no. Make sure you read it correct, because I really want to know what you guys
I
think.
see you, Yarn of Mittens.
Let's see how it goes. Usually it's hard being seen. Oh, hey, Yarn of Mittens. Do you think Richard Allen acted alone? Okay. All right, so let's see what you guys say, and then yeah, let me play you like a couple clips from the press conference that kind of make it seem like maybe they are looking into somebody else, or they're trying to find somebody else. All right, let me pull it up.
Someone said alone in the actual killing.
Oh,
That's a good question.
Yeah, because I almost think that somebody,
Right.
oh shoot, because I almost think maybe he did act alone, but maybe somebody helped, covered up, or was the lookout or something. Oh shoot. So when I say alone, I mean like completely alone, like no help at all. But wait, maybe I should word that. I should put a different option in. Hold on a second. I'll put, do you think Richard had, do you think Richard like had help?
I like this Grateful
killing?
MC.
Grateful MC. Hold on.
We watched the same live last night.
Yeah. Oh, it won't let me. Hold on. I'm going to do it over. Hold on, guys. I'm going to end the poll. It was,
I know,
I
I'm
was
like
looking
keep
at
thinking the word
minutes.
facilitate the killing, but then that's a little too much, or I don't know how to word it.
I don't know. I'm going to put, do you think Richard Allen, or wait, had help in the killing, or had help covering her up, or no help or something, right? Killings. So, okay, either had help with the killings, or the second one's going to be had help covering it up, which means that option means that they didn't help with the killing, but they helped with the other stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
And then no help. Okay. Okay, let's do that one. That's a little bit more, gives us a little bit more look into what you guys think. Okay, so let me play this video real quick and we'll go from there.
That's kind of like what I think.
What, he killed him by himself? But yeah, me too. I almost think that maybe like Tony Klein, maybe he's the one that got rid of the weapon. Is that what they were searching at the Wabash River, do you think? And like he's the one that maybe he even was there to give the lookout. You know what I'm saying? And then he got rid of the weapon for him, and then maybe help with the bodies. And also there's some posts. Oh, yeah, there's some posts about about some things like how, did you know that somebody said that Richard was actually, within the first week he went to law enforcement and told him that he was there that day, but he was just going for a walk and that he didn't see anything. That was one thing we're going to go over that somebody posted. No, but it was probably because he was nervous that
someone saw him
there. So, or like if there's DNA, but like mostly, yeah, if somebody saw him there, that he could be like, yeah, no, I was there walking, I didn't see anything, just to make sure, cover his tracks, you know.
Somebody said he was part of the search, and that was like possibly a way for him to taint the scene.
Yeah,
that's messed up. If so,
yeah.
So he can be like, well, I searched, I found him, because I don't know, they said he was the one that found him. If that's true, that's super messed up.
I don't know. It wasn't it that other guy that I never heard his name as one found.
I know.
It was that one guy, what's his name? And then the mom, or the mom, wasn't it the mom was with him too? And then or wait, how did that work? We might have to watch some of that.
Yeah, because I'd like to be certain.
No, I mean, I never heard his name. Hi, Vincina. I
And
don't
I
think
feel
we'll ever
like
be able to be.
people would be pointing that out right now. You
Yeah, and I
know,
don't
like
think.
Andy was the
Yeah,
one. Yeah.
that wasn't the name I heard for
Ooh, I felt like
100%.
a droplet.
All right, I'm gonna play this. Like I said, it's just parts of the press conference.
We are going to continue a very methodical and committed approach to ensure that if any other person had any involvement in these murders in any way, that person or persons will be held accountable. But remember, we're not done.
This investigation is still very ongoing. We're keeping the tip line open, the tip email open. We encourage everybody to continue to call in tips, not only about Richard Allen, but about any other person that you may have. For that reason and for the nature of this case, the probable cause and the charging information has been sealed by the court.
Excuse me?
Do you assume there's any other individuals involved in this case?
We haven't closed the door on the investigation, and so that's why we keep the tip line and the tip email open. And so we're not presuming anything at this point, but we're going to continue to take tips, continue to take any information anybody has, and as we've done with all the information we've gathered, we're going to look at that and examine that and see where it leads us.
Prosecutor, can you explain the law? You've asked the court, based on this investigation, that these documents should remain out of the public view. Can you explain, without getting into the details of what's in the documents, but this is not regular. Usually a public hearing is held. We should be able to see all the documents, right?
Sure, sure.
You made a decision. Can you explain your decision as to why you believe that maybe for the next 30 days, no one in this room should have access to those records?
Sure. It is unusual. We don't do it very often in all the cases that we handle here in Carroll County. We did it in this case because the investigation is still open. And while all cases are important, the nature of this case has some extra scrutiny with it. And so my office, felt it was important to seal those records. There will be a public hearing on whether or not those records are going to remain sealed or not. There'll be public notice for that hearing so that everyone can attend, but there will be a hearing to determine whether or not they're going to stay sealed. But for now, to me, it's about protecting the integrity of this case. I want to have an opportunity at some point to have an opportunity in court to explain the evidence and for that not to be tarnished or tainted or anything like that. Again, he's presumed innocent, and so it was important for me in this case to do that. Hold on just a minute.
How do the clients fit in?
We're not going to comment on that right now as part of the investigation. Again, we just encourage everybody to continue to call in tips if they have them about anybody, and we'll examine those tips.
But see, the fact that he said the Kleins is a part of the investigation. So if they didn't find it, they had to have found a connection. You know what I'm saying, right?
Sorry, I was muted. Yeah.
I mean, that's why I'm wondering. So yeah, Mallory, my thoughts was that KK possibly was using the online account to set up dates for the supposed ring, possibly, and that he set up the thing for Richard. I've heard that rumor a few times. Yeah, I mean, maybe that's he gave him that tip because we know they were interrogating Keegan recently, and then they went and searched the freaking Wabash River for like a week. They found something obviously, and they were done with the search. And like news reporters were like reporting that like they think it was connected to the Delphi murders, you know. So, and it was something that Keegan had said. So either Richard was using that account or Tony is a part of it, Richard's dad, and then maybe they both set it up. Maybe Tony set it up for him to meet the girls, and I mean, maybe they both were there. Maybe one of them was there. I mean, who knows? But I think maybe they don't have enough on Tony. Maybe maybe they're trying to. They had enough on Richard somehow because maybe Keegan didn't want to give up his dad, but he gave up Richard. Maybe you know what I'm saying? Because Tony would be his dad, so. I don't know. All right, I think this is almost over.
How does it feel for you guys to have searched nationwide for nearly 6 years, going all over the place, only to find your guy, down the street from your office?
That's a hard question to answer. It's a mixed emotions. I've been watching the news all weekend like everybody else has, and I think a lot of the members of the public said it right. It's bittersweet. It's a step in the right direction. It's concerning that he's a local guy. So I think just different emotions. Again, this is a step in the right direction. This is the first step into getting into court and having a trial. And so.
Okay. Okay, that's it. Oh, so I mean, the first couple things were the biggest things that. Well, no, I guess it was all. But so yeah, I mean, they definitely make it seem like they're still trying to find the last piece of the whole puzzle, in my opinion. Down the hill. Wait, what do you mean, Mark? Why'd you say that? Was there something that in that was that in reference? I mean, I know that's the thing, but what was the But thanks for the super chat. Explain that though, because you're like down the hill and then
They were found down in the valley, right? Or
yeah, but I
Yeah.
mean, I was just curious why he wrote that just
right,
now.
I don't know either.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go through some of the screenshots first, and then we could watch like little. I have like some news clips of different things. Who is he talking
I
to?
kind of think he's like afraid to outright implicate his dad though, because I think their line of questioning is what got him to, you know what I mean, open up or
Yeah, because we heard the transcripts. At least
Right.
we don't have the most recent ones, but we heard like some of this stuff,
Mhm.
and like he did. I mean, he wasn't
He's
really
scared of his
giving
dad,
his
it
dad
seems
up. If
like.
you listen, he
Mhm.
was trying to protect him as much as he could. Yet you could tell he'd rather give his dad up than him. If he really
Mhm.
had something to do with it, he was pushing it more on his dad.
Mhm.
If, for instance, like that Keegan was a part of it, then yeah, he made it seem like his dad would be more. But let's say Keegan's not really a part of it, and it's just his dad and
Mhm.
somebody else, then yeah, he was I feel like really hesitant so far, but we don't know because we haven't heard all of it. We don't know. I haven't heard, like, I don't know if it's out the part where whatever he said to them to go search the river. I didn't hear those transcripts yet. Have you?
No.
Yeah, so I don't know if that came out
But
yet.
did you see that comment I highlighted? It said to tell you that some of the documents are open from since their arrest.
Where?
Here, that's what I'm
I
saying.
saw the
Open it.
one, just the one page. It was just real general stuff. Is that what you mean? It didn't say anything. It just
You
talked
didn't
about.
specify, but I just wondered.
Yeah, tell me how much. Is it just that one page?
Let me
I
ask
might
her.
have it in my screenshots because if that's the case, then I have it. Yeah. But if there's more, let me know because we'll go over it. Send them to me. Like I said, I haven't got to do as much
Mute.
digging as I would like, but I did a little bit. Okay, so let's yeah, oh yeah, I've looked at I've
Mhm.
seen that, like, so many people that visited, like, drone shots. We'll watch some videos maybe on it. Yeah, we'll do that. Let me write that down to look at the area. But yes, I definitely have. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm surprised, like, maybe one of them didn't fall. And didn't one of them have their like a shoe off, or they found a shoe somewhere?
That's what I've
I would
heard.
imagine like running. I mean, I could have saw like her losing her shoe on the
Yeah.
way down because it's like steep. The terrain is pretty tough. I mean, it wouldn't be easy to go down there.
I might use it as a weapon if I don't have anything else.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Sad.
Good, I know. All right.
I know. I've been curious about that too.
What?
The wife has been on MIA witness protection program.
Maybe.
Mhm.
All right, I don't know where to
it
start
jumped.
here.
It does look terrifying. My mom said it's like very scary, but very pretty out there. Charges, bond, and trial dates.
So here's just like some.
Is that true? Richard's wife divorced him, right? 3 months after the murders. Am I right about that? I haven't heard that. It might be true.
No, because she was with him a whole year after. No, unless if they were just like always hanging out. Look at her Facebook. At least in 2018, she was posting with them, and it looked like they were still together at least. So I don't know if that's true. At least not 3 months after.
Oh, I was like, did someone just join? But it's because you added that thing.
So here, like, I just got some like random stuff. Like, here's the.
It does look very dangerous.
Yeah, we'll find some videos of it too. So yeah, we have. So his attorney is
Please.
Nicholas McClelland. So yeah, there's something interesting about that charge. So we're gonna look that up too. I have a screenshot somewhere that okay, hold on. Just want to write it down to make sure that I remember to do that. Murder. Statute 3-4. Okay.
It's looking like crooked to me.
What is?
Nothing, just the picture behind me. I keep feeling like it looks crooked.
So this is just like the Vine stuff we already looked at actually the other day.
Amen, Michelle.
Wait, where's that first one? Here we go. So let's see. Allen's apparent undistinguished life in the community stunned local law enforcement. I've been in our business for a while, and I thought, boy, how did I even miss that one? Carroll County Sheriff Tobe Lesenby, who's been in law enforcement for 36 years and whose department assisted in the multi-agency investigation, told Indy Star. He suddenly found himself trying to recall any bit of conversation he had with Allen, the kind of pleasantries one has every day with someone ringing up a customer.
This girl asked, are you guys just guessing all these scenarios? Where are you getting your information?
What scenarios have we said? Yeah, we're just throwing up ideas, just like
from research we've done on the evidence that we do have.
Well, no, I mean, but the theories of like Keegan, how he comes into play, we're just trying to guess. Like I've even seen like different
speculation
reporters trying to like figure out if he's involved, if there's a connection. Just what you do, like, because they won't give us any information, so we have to freaking try to figure it out. And I watched some things, but we're gonna watch clips where like some people are saying like that might not be a good idea, like of them keeping it sealed because they like it could look bad, like in the long run. I guess I'll show you the clip that somebody was saying like that could be bad that they're doing that. Like that's kind of risky because then it could like almost go against. Like he could use, I don't know how they worded it. We'll wait till we watch the clip because I can't word it right.
Oh, maybe like by having them sealed, everyone's like jumping to their own conclusions, which could make it worse looking for him.
No, but it's talked about like it's more about the his rights and stuff, like the rights of like the public, the rights of they just said it could be like a bad thing. Like it's just I don't know. Okay. I don't know how they worded it, but it just made me nervous. Like, shoot, I hope they know what they're doing because it's not like normal. That's not like what normally happens when they charge somebody. Okay. So this is the source. Somebody says, my friend has a source. I cannot reveal any names or identifying characteristics for these people other than to say that I've got a friend who lives in Brookston, Indiana, which is another small town not too far from Delphi. He has a personal source in Delphi political circles. I believe that every word of the following is exactly what he was told. I can't vouch for his source, but I do vouch for him, and I also trust his judgment of sources. I have met his source at a golf outing years ago, and I can confirm that he's not a crackpot and that he holds a position that would likely put him in the circle that would know otherwise unknowable things. My friend was told by his source that Richard came to law enforcement's attention by pure chance. No known connection to Keegan Klein or anyone else involved. It was not a tip nor a result or investigative efforts. It was a chance function of standard Indiana law enforcement procedures. Apparently, Richard was accused of stealing some tools out of the neighbor's garage. He was caught red-handed with one of the items in question. Though the tool was of relatively low value, entering the neighbor's attached garage is a felony, and he was arrested and charged as a result, was forced to submit a DNA sample per Indiana law. Since relatively recently, apparently, which produced a hit for the unsub perpetrator of the Abby and Libby homicides. Hold on, there's one more. Okay.
Why would he do that? What a dumb.
He thought he was probably home free. He thought he was good, I bet. Searches of his home yielded at least one article of clothing that tested presumptively for human blood and was then fast-track tested for one of the girls' DNA. That means it was probably Libby's clothes. Remember they said he kept a souvenir, and I think it was an article of clothing, right? On those Ron Logan documents that we read the other day.
It was blacked out.
Huh? Yeah.
It was blacked out.
Okay. Other items were also found at his residence that are linked to the homicides as well, though the source either didn't know or did not say what they were. According to the source, the original felony, breaking and entering, misdemeanor theft, and RSP charges were withdrawn. Also, according to the source, the family was blindsided and is devastated. They have gone into hiding and apparently have legitimately no knowledge of Richard's involvement in the murder. The only connection Richard had to the investigation, according to the source, was that he came forward voluntarily within a week of the murders to tell law enforcement that he had been at the trail that day and that he took a walk within the time frame of the murders. The source does not know whether Richard claimed to have seen anything unusual, just that he interjected himself into the investigation. My guess is that he was covering himself in case
Who
someone else.
wrote this? It says, "This is everything I know."
It's somebody that has a source. Remember that she says she trusts her source.
Okay.
So my guess is that he was covering himself in case someone else saw him there. This is everything I know. So
Interesting.
some interesting.
I wondered
stuff.
what he stole from the neighbor, and allegedly now we know,
Yeah. So yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting if that's all true.
And that his wife didn't know. That's the first I'd heard anything, as to whether or not she had any knowledge. And they said she didn't.
Yeah. And then let's see. This was from.
Hang on one sec.
I heard that Richard was considered in the very beginning because his cell number showed up. And so this is another, you know what I'm saying? So we're hearing like kind of contradicting things, but this says he was considered, well, maybe I guess they could kind of both be true if the person didn't realize that maybe they kind of were onto him. But anyway, so Richard was considered in very beginning because his cell number showed up in the phone data dump they did for the time range of the murders. Is that why he was considered a witness with his physical characteristics? Why would they have not gotten his DNA then? I have not heard that. I have been told he came forward as a witness on his own. We will wait and see which is accurate.
God,
Is this
warning.
okay? Some people
You
were
need to give him
saying
a warning. That just scared me.
Oh,
Look
some
at his
people
face.
said that this is photoshopped, so I don't know, but like they were trying to show that this is like he's like 5'4" basically it shows. So I don't know.
Wait,
why would they
maybe
Photoshop
the
that though?
measurement is photoshopped, but he's not. Is that what it is?
Yeah, they probably photoshopped him onto
Yeah.
that maybe, but I don't know why.
Looks kind of weird.
It does look weird, but all right. Let's see. This one is Russ McQuaid confirmed a search of Allen's home 2 weeks ago, reportedly yielded evidence that led to his arrest. But he was also told Allen's name only resurfaced this summer about the time prosecutors in Miami County were in talks with Keegan Kline about a possible plea agreement. Kline was arrested on CP charges. He was also communicating with Libby via social media, named Anthony Schatz the night before she was murdered. Percy, yeah. So the night before, I mean, it's just so weird. It has to, if it's not all connected, it's just so weird the timing. And then he says before moving to Delphi, Allen lived in other parts of Indiana, including Peru, and that's where Tony and Keegan live. So maybe he was friends with Tony, And this is state of Indiana versus Richard Allen.
okay.
Allen. It's not the real. No, I know it's not the mug shot. We have the mug shot, but it's just something. It's obviously him.
A reference.
Yeah. So we just don't know where that came from, but I know it's not the.
So
mug
true.
Shot. The mug shot came out the day of the press.
Hidden in plain sight.
Yeah. So order acknowledging public hearing will be conducted. So this is about the public hearing. General public will be permitted to testify and submit written briefs subject to reasonable time constraints imposed by the court. Must be fact conclusion showing the remedial benefits to be gained by effectuating the public policy of the state declared in section 1 of this chapter are outweighed by proof by preponderance of the evidence by the person seeking the sealing of the record. This is for the sealing. A public interest will be secured by sealing the record. So,
Sorry.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just about sealing it and like the fact of
A public
protecting the
interest will
public
be secured, but by sealing the record.
interest against the perceived. Wait. The record will be effective in protecting the public interest against the perceived danger. Well, that doesn't seem right.
Wait. Okay.
Wait a minute.
Wait.
Effective in protecting the public interest.
Dissemination of the information contained in the record will create a serious and imminent danger To that public interest, any prejudicial effect created by dissemination of the information cannot be avoided by any reasonable method other than sealing. What the heck is that? That's bizarre.
Yeah. I don't know.
God, what's in there? And
I
is it
know.
because the public will freak out because of other, you know what I mean? Other
Yeah,
details
but
in there?
it almost doesn't seem fair. I feel like the public should be aware then if that's the like, should I mean, I guess
Yeah, to prevent it from happening
yeah,
again,
because
maybe?
they should be I think you know what, though? I do think, though, now that they have the name out, there's gonna be a lot more information coming in because now that they know that it's him, now they can
People
remember,
are gonna,
"Oh, wait a
yeah.
minute, back then, he
Mhm.
did this, and that day he was acting like this, and he went over there that week," or, you know, and then it could give you hints, or, "He was with this one guy that looked like this, and they were hanging out, and we saw him at this place," you know what I'm saying? Things are gonna
Yeah.
start coming together, hopefully. So, hopefully that yeah, they'll be able to get a good case, but I still don't know why they can't tell us, like, why it's sealed, but, I wish I knew which, news clip that was in so we could watch it real quick, the one where they're talking about how that could be, um, not a good idea. Okay, so yeah, so at November 22nd, 9 AM, Carroll County, the hearing is to determine the sealing of the record. So that's what they said that they're gonna try to fight it, you know, they're gonna
Who's they when you said that
I
they were
don't
gonna fight?
know. I don't
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know actually. Hold on. Let's just watch that news clip because it's the same one I'm
Okay.
talking about. But
Okay.
they said that they'll probably try to like fight it. I think that's how he
Yeah, I'm
worded it.
just curious which side. Is it like the public or is it his
No,
defense
I would
or
think it's no. Oh, wait a minute. Because I'm trying to think what would it do good for it almost seemed like it was like something that would that he could use, but like I'm trying to think what would that be help him to have it sealed or not? I guess it depends what's in there, right? That's what it's
right?
gonna depend. So I guess,
Wow.
yeah, that is that
That
one.
looks way clearer that time, like the younger sketch.
Look, somebody added that in there. That's not there. Who did that?
Maybe to let people
This is
know what
just
it is because you
from a
can't see
group.
it.
Okay. I just thought this was I screenshot this because it had wait, where is it? Becky Palmer, grandmother to Libby, went to CVS to have a composite sketch printed a bridge guy. Richard was the one who printed them and did not charge them for it. So, I mean, remember how it wasn't clear, but I guess that's what it was, is the actual freaking sketch is what they're saying.
Yeah,
Like,
what if
how
somebody they
weird.
said maybe Anthony Account has pictures of the that would not surprise me.
And then Richard was a licensed pharmacy tech at CVS 5 minutes from the Monon High Bridge where the bodies were found. Um, it says Abby's grandparents drive by his house every day on their way to town. They have talked to him at the pharmacy. He went to the bar Anna and sometimes worked there. At times she would talk to him. A local attorney said that a few days after the girl's murder, Richard voluntarily checked himself into the local mental hospital. Richard's wife shared a photo of their daughter on the same bridge in 2018 that eerily has a similar body type of Libby. Richard stole something. The police went to his house to look for it. They dug up into his yard and found evidence of the double homicide. He has no prior record that we know about yet. All right. And you know, like as far as since he was a pharmacy tech, there's no way for him to have gotten that job that he could have had a record, at least not then, because I was a pharmacy tech. They do like a really in-depth background search because you're like working with controlled substances. You know what I'm saying? So they like make sure you do not have any record. They do like an extra like search, like I think she called like a federal search or something. It was like more intense than just a typical background search. So like at least at that time, which is after the murders, because he got a job thereafter, that means he could not have had a criminal record at all back then, right?
I just got excited. I saw Yogan in the chat.
Who?
Yogan, Batman.
Oh, you here, Yogan? What's up?
I know. I'm trying to find their comment because I just saw it on my
Oh,
phone.
you came back. Sorry, I'm not. I'll be in chat in a minute, guys. I'm just trying to get stuff.
Oh, and then I was going to check. She said, wishing so hard Zap would just look at my community tab. They unsealed. So I'm going to go to her community tab and tell you.
All right.
I'm going to see their comment. Oh, there it is. Boo boo.
Yeah, let's share it. I'm sorry, I didn't know that that was on your community. I'm trying to
think it was-
find that comment so I could click right on it. Where
Which
is it?
one?
No,
CSI?
the one with the community. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, it's right here. I just had it. Sorry, I clicked that one.
But then how are you going to be able to share your screen with me then? Because I'll need to find it if not.
Well, I was gonna, by using my wrench, click on her and then go to her channel and then the community post. I don't know if I've done that this way before.
No, but then can you just share your screen? Then we could share it, or I'm
Okay.
gonna need to find it if not.
Yeah, let
You know
me
what I'm
see.
saying? But I
Oh,
can't even find our freaking comment. Shoot, where is it? Well, maybe. Do you know how to share the screen? Is what I'm trying to ask.
no, I don't yet.
Do you see the bottom? It says present.
Here it is.
But do you see the bottom where it says present on your computer?
Yeah.
Okay, that's where you would.
Let me
share
add
your
a
screen.
tab real quick. Hold on.
All right, yeah, go ahead and do it, and then find it for me, and then you could share your screen. And while you're doing that, I'm gonna play another video. Is that all right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, hopefully I'll be able to find the one.
Can't remember the name of her channel. I gotta go back to the other tab.
Click on it. It's CSI Crowdsourced Illuminations.
Thank you. Crowdsource Illuminations.
Yeah. Let's do this one. I'm gonna play this one. I don't know if this is the one I was talking about, but this one at least it's gonna cover. It says, "Is it common for prosecutors to keep?" Wait, what is it called? Keep charge and details sealed. I'm not sure if this is the one though, because I think they talk about it in a couple ones. All right,
This arrest and the charges are getting a lot of attention nationwide. Gil Sofer, our ABC7 legal analyst, joins us live. Gil, it's good to see you.
Good to see you.
The police and county prosecutor were very tight-lipped at the news conference earlier this morning about the charges. All we have is a name of a suspect, no probable cause, no charging info. That's all temporarily sealed. Is this common?
It's not common. When there's an arrest in a case, and particularly in a case of this profile and charges, it seems, of this magnitude, you hear a lot more than what we've heard. You hear what the charges are. You hear how the police came to apprehend the suspect. You often hear what some of the underlying evidence is. And we're hearing none of that now. Suggests the police have more work to do.
Gil, the police say the investigation continues and they are keeping their tip line open. They encourage anybody with information about anything, whether it's the suspect who was arrested or perhaps some other person who had some involvement, to call the tip line. Now, does this mean that they think there could be more than one suspect?
It certainly seems that way. I think it means a couple of things. One, it means that they're still looking for more evidence, probably even against this suspect. And it may mean that they think there's more than just this suspect. It doesn't necessarily mean there's someone else who participated in the murders. It may be someone who knew of them before or afterward, or gave some assistance to this lead defendant right now. But there's more to be done. That much is clear.
Gil, this case has received worldwide attention. Does that make it more or less difficult for prosecutors to make their case?
Well, it certainly makes it more stressful for them to make their case. All eyes are on them, and that can produce a heated environment for sure. It may make the investigation a little bit easier, to the extent that the investigators still have more they need to uncover, more evidence that they need to find, which is apparently the case. Then this kind of attention can help generate tips and leads that are useful to them.
Gil Sofer, ABC7 legal analyst. Gil, thank you for your time.
That isn't the one that I was talking about, but I just found the channel that we were looking for. Or did you already find it? Autumn.
I found it, but go
Oh,
ahead.
you did too.
I
Okay.
just tagged her in the chat because I didn't know if it's the one from 11 hours ago or 59 minutes ago.
All right, let me look and see what we could figure out. Thank you, crowdsource. I'm going to check it out in 1 second. Just give me 1 minute.
They look like one's a news clip and one's one of her videos. So I was confused a little.
Okay, hold on. Okay. All right, let's see. Let me share my screen. So you said a community post, though. Okay. Judges
That's
asked.
what I'm thinking, Grumpy.
Judge asked
A
for
pet.
help. I think I have that video. I think I was planning on sharing that video anyway. The judge asked for help. I think. Let me see if it's on my list. It looks like the same. Judges asked for help after sealing Delphi. No,
Fox
maybe I don't have that one.
59, somebody said. That's the second time they said it, so I thought maybe.
But why don't? What can you? Which community post? Because I thought it was going to be documents. Is what are you thinking?
That's why I said I was confused because there's like a news most recent.
Well,
They
try
said
Yeah, but it's just a news clip, right?
That's what
All
I
right,
saw.
we'll watch it. Okay, we'll watch it. Thanks. Here.
Yeah, I don't know either.
What?
Why would the documents be sealed? DNA?
That's the mystery. I mean, that's what nobody understands. Yeah. Okay. They just been so quiet. Like, it doesn't surprise me how they've been throughout this whole
Good job,
case.
Michelle.
They've been so like secretive about everything, you know? All right.
Maybe they feel like they finally have something and they don't want to do anything to mess it up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that in turn might mess it up. I'm gonna find that
Right.
clip where it seems like it could. All right, hold on 1 second. This is it. So crowd, here we go. This is I'm playing the video you wanted me to play. So let's see.
In the last few hours, we've discovered new information about the case against the man who now is accused of killing Abby Williams and Libby German in Delphi.
This entire case against Richard Allen is sealed, but 13 News has been fighting to find out how and why those details are being kept secret. Our senior investigative reporter, Bob Siegel, joins us live tonight at 6. So, Bob, some of these records are now made public?
Yes, Scott. This is the email investigators sent directly to the judge, the prosecutor, and the state court administrators to get more answers about the arrest of Richard Allen. Just hours after we sent this email, the court decided some of the information being kept secret should be publicly released. We now know court records show Allen's initial bond was set at $20 million. We have an online case summary showing past and upcoming court dates. We have a case number, so the public can now follow details and events in the case. Judge Benjamin Diener granted a request by 13 News to release all those details. And following our questions, the court also posted this notice, setting a date for a public hearing for the judge to determine whether important records in the case will remain under seal. All of that now appears on the state's public court website, where anyone can see it, instead of being hidden like it has been for the past 6 days since charges were first filed. What we still do not have is the detailed probable cause affidavit.
That's what we want, guys.
Why police believe Allen is responsible for the deaths of the 2 Delphi girls. That is supposed to be public, and it's still being kept under seal. That will be the focus of the public hearing coming up on November 22nd. The judge says keeping that important document under seal has created a difficult situation for the court. Today, Judge Diener copied 13 News on an email to state court administrators. He wrote, "Just so the world knows, the Carroll Circuit Court consists of me, Benjamin A. Diener, the judge. My court reporter was hired Friday and began Monday. My bailiff answers the phone, has no experience and no knowledge about legal process. Thankfully, there is a court administrator that has experience, but she has duties regarding Carroll Circuit and Carroll Superior Courts."
Why are they saying all that?
I know that doesn't.
Assistance to shield me, the court, from
It's
this.
not reassuring.
I, the court, can keep running the court.
Who is speaking here? The judge?
Administration is providing guidance.
Begging for assistance.
Handle all the crap. 13 News is continuing to push for the probable cause affidavit.
That is so weird.
Law.
Why, dude? Don't
like
show
that.
your weaknesses, dude. You're showing like you're weak. Like
originally said $20 million.
Oh, it is. Judge asks for help.
Just a few days ago, the prosecutor said
The title.
Bail. It could be 3 more weeks before we learn more details, including what evidence police uncovered to link Richard Allen to the Delphi murders.
Yeah, but dude, they could have kept that private.
I never heard anything like that before.
That's not reassuring.
Not
Like
comforting
that's not,
at all.
Like
Yeah.
not comforting at all. Shoot.
Who would be helping him if he's asking, you know what I mean? Who comes in that case, I wonder. Any idea? What are you thinking?
Wait, what? Who could help? Wait, say that again?
He said he was begging for assistance. From whom? You know, I don't understand who he would. Yeah.
I have no idea. I really don't. Let me see what else. I think
I wonder. Maybe.
Let's watch. Which one? Let's see which one.
To kind of just reiterate really what Doug had alluded to as well is I really do appreciate the media. Some of you I've come to know, or we've come to know over the last 5.5 years, and you've really been very helpful to us. and keeping the names out there, keeping this case alive. Very appreciative of that. And while this is another chapter in this whole story that in our lives that we're going through right now, I want to make sure that we continue that, right? The next chapter is now we're onto the prosecution side, right? And let's keep that open out there, keep that flowing, keep the information coming in. I want to make sure we get as much information for the investigators and specifically the prosecutor, specifically at this time moving forward. So with all your guys' help, we keep the information out there and keep the girl's name out there. And again, any information pertaining to anything with this case, obviously with the person arrested, but anything at all, please call that in. Please turn those tips in, because I want to make sure that that's how we support as a family, right? Is keep it out there, asking for help, and you guys carry that message back out there for us, and we are so appreciative of that. But let's stay on top of that and keep pushing forward, because we got another hill to climb, and we're going to get to the top of it. We certainly are.
Mike, how do you feel that the suspect could be a neighbor, could be somebody you've known?
Well, Doug Carter said that early on, if you recall. He said he's hiding in plain sight, and that's the case. I don't know the gentleman personally at all, so I've probably seen him, but it's a small county, but definitely I don't know him.
What went through your heart, sir, when the last couple of weeks when you heard of a suspect and now an arrest? I mean, tell me, it's been so long.
It's somewhat bittersweet, knowing that while it allows us to move to the next turn or the next chapter, we still got we got a big mountain ahead of us, and we're going to stay after it. We haven't ever given up, and you guys haven't given up on us, and we're going to keep pushing all the way.
There's a lot of information that can't be shared, obviously, at this time. So why is it important to continue with the integrity of the investigation?
I want to make sure that we have everything we possibly need and more. I don't want to leave any stone unturned.
Becky, how are you doing? Do you have anything?
Julia asked that, Zev.
Oh, yes, it is.
What
Yep.
when you heard? They told you on Friday, correct?
But yeah, her grandparents both.
Well, we were called in on Wednesday and told that they had detained somebody, so we've had a couple more days to process this. I don't feel like I thought I would. I've always said that I would be screaming on the rooftops, but we're not. It's sad. While there's somebody that's been arrested, there is, our lives for 5.5 years have been in a search mode, and that's what we've done. And you get up and it's like, oh, we're not doing that anymore. So we're all just kind of feeling our way and figuring out what our purpose is now. What do we do next? How do we help? That's what we want to know, is how do we help now to make sure we have the right person, to make sure there's a conviction, to come to a total final resolution.
Ma'am, are you all fearful that someone else was involved in this that is still at large?
That's certainly a possibility, and that's why we're keeping it open out there, right? That's why the investigators answered that question as well, is the tip line remains open. So any information pertaining to this case, that's certainly, I want to get that to the investigative team and let them vet that out.
You're fearful that that person or those people might have had a role in the actual crime itself?
I don't know any of that information, what you're asking.
Do you think there's anybody in this town that knew about this and kept their mouth shut?
I don't know. That would be speculation, really. I mean, what do you think?
It's a small town.
Sure is.
A lot of people who know each other.
Yeah, I'll save those words when I see him face to face.
Hey, Mike. Hey, sorry, we got here. I guess how's it feel to know that this guy, nationwide search, this guy was found down the street from where you guys have frequented and gone before?
Well, it's not an area that I really frequent, but, I mean, your point is yeah, it's definitely, that's why we said never stop searching anywhere, because we didn't know where he was. And like I said, Doug Carter had made mention of that, is he could be living right amongst us, hiding in plain sight. And that's what came.
Tell me just how you're feeling.
Have anything to say to Richard Allen?
No, I'll save that for when I see him face to face.
Sir, what went through your heart and your mind when those charges were read?
Yeah.
It was a kind of bittersweet, you know, it's, I just know that there's another job, another hill for us to climb ahead of us, but we're up for the challenge, and we're going to keep after it. We're not going to stop.
Why is it important to keep the tip line alive at this point?
Because I want every stone unturned, every bit of information that's out there pertaining to this case. I want the investigative team to have that information.
How confident are you that the police have their man?
That's what the courts will decide, right? But I'm confident. I've always had confidence in the investigative team.
What keeps you hopeful?
Yes, I'm hopeful.
What keeps you hopeful?
The faith and the strength of our family, and the fact of the.
So weird.
I know how hard the investigative team has worked, and they're nonstop.
Who asked that?
No, this is the same interview. It was just a
Who asked
different.
that?
Okay, I wondered that, but
There's
it
just
was
more
a
to it
female
than
that
this.
asked it.
If it were your child, would you have an option not to be hopeful?
No, absolutely not.
That's why we're hopeful.
Of course.
You all, there's
Okay,
can I just ask you one question? Maybe you can put a rumor to rest or something. There's a report going around right now that this Mr. Allen actually processed some photos for the family at the CVS. Do you know if that's accurate?
That is accurate.
Okay, and that he didn't charge the family when they came in to claim the photos?
That is correct.
Okay, and you know that firsthand. We are always careful to be accurate.
All right, one more question.
We know that.
Media coverage of this has been fair?
Huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. You guys in the media have been certainly more than fair. I mean, don't get me wrong. We've had our share of shots taken at us, and that's fine. And hopefully those people will now be able to reflect in the mirror and say, oh, you know, maybe that wasn't the case. So, you know, reservations and things like this is always the better case, right? This the better judgment. We all know that, and that's just how we are, right? I don't cast judgment on something until I know for sure, and
Okay, thank you, folks.
that's where we're at. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Brother. You're fine.
Ma'am, thank you so much. I know this isn't easy. I appreciate it.
Oh, wait a minute.
I'm really sorry. No, I really didn't mean it.
Okay. I'm trying to find where did that go? It describes like the statute, like the number, like what it entails. It's pretty crazy. I'm trying to find the screenshot real quick of what
I
his
saved this
charge.
because I didn't know if it was relevant, but did you see Misbehave said his case number is up now?
His case number is up. Well, I don't know what that means. What do you mean?
I didn't know if that meant any more information was up.
We
put up.
have it though. We had it on the I mean,
Okay,
yeah,
I
I
didn't
have
know
it.
what case.
But
Okay.
I don't know. But what does she mean by that? What do you mean misbehave? What do you like? What is that? Like, are you
Sounded like
saying?
new.
Well, I mean, they just showed what we could look at, but what's sealed is still the probable cause part. The affidavit, the probable cause affidavit. So they showed like, they have some of the stuff that, yeah, you could view like just general stuff, but
Are you
the
opening?
good
You're not opening panel, are you, tonight? Or I
why?
just saw someone ask.
I don't know. I guess it depends on how it goes. Thanks, Frisman. I don't know why. Thanks, Frisman. If acted alone, I don't think they would have a reason to seal the documents. Yeah, that might be the reason. That could be, of why they are sealing it. Okay, so let me actually find. Oh, real quick though. Somebody asked if there was other murders. So these were going on in the Facebook group. I don't know if it's. I think they're trying to insinuate like, is it connected? Hold on, I'll show you. Like a couple of the other. There's a couple like murders. Hold on.
I always wondered that. Was he an over-the-road driver for a while? Ever at all? Because I thought it was going to be somebody who was.
Was he what?
An over-the-road driver for a while? Do you know?
Over the road driver. I have no
I
idea
think
what that
like a
means.
truck driver or like someone that
Oh. I was like, what does that mean? I never heard of that.
it was speculated a lot.
I don't know, but I know they were speculated like they thought that
meat
Bridge guy, but
packing.
that was if they thought it like he wasn't local though. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, it was
Yeah,
just a
right.
truck driver, but this guy is local. But I don't know. I mean, maybe. I haven't heard anything. I heard he worked at Walmart and then he worked at
Oh no.
CVS. That's all I heard. But oh yes, I found it myself. Okay. So okay, do I have this up though? So this is one person. Jordan Sofer was just recently turned 18 years old when she was vanished in 2006. She lived in Wabash, Indiana, which is, you know, close to where like Tony and Keegan lived. Hold on. Oh, this little part, but I think that was in the documents that I read the other day. Hold on. There was one more. Where'd it go? Hold on. No. This one? No. Oh yeah. Like, do you think that guy looks like him?
Not really, because he has like hooded eyelids but the nose might have.
Yeah, because he assaulted somebody. I don't know. I don't know if people are trying to insinuate that they think that that could be him that are in the groups.
Pharmacy
Okay.
tech.
So let's look. Here's the statue. What his charge? Hold on. Let's watch or let's look at this. It's kind of interesting. Hit the charge that he was charged. Wait, I got it. Okay. Okay. So okay, let's read this here. So a person knowingly and intentionally kills another human being while committing or attempting to commit arson, burglary, child CM, consumer product tampering, criminal deviant conduct, kidnapping, or robbery, human. I don't know what words that we're not allowed to use anymore, but promotion of human labor. Can you guys read this? So like if I don't read some of the stuff, you can still read it, right? But I mean, isn't that kind of interesting that this is the charge? Because we don't know like if he did anything to the girls. I mean, they never said anything as far as like what
These are his charges?
this
I'm
is.
sorry.
Yeah, this is the charge.
Okay.
This is like a statute number is 35-42-1. This is what it is. Yeah. A person knowingly or intentionally kills another human being and then
So homicide.
yeah,
right?
but while committing or attempting, and it has all these things. So did he?
That could be like manslaughter. Well,
No, but I'm
the burglary.
was he doing one of the? Obviously, he was. This fits his crime. So what else?
Right.
Like,
There's
which one
just like
is it? We're
20
trying to figure out.
options,
Like,
though.
yeah, but
Yeah.
which one? But like, they're all kind of interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Manufacturing meth, dealing cocaine, committing or attempting to commit. Or sorry, I just read the top one. Like dealing a Schedule 4, or the ones up here. So which one was it? You know what I'm saying? Because they.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a look into maybe the crime because they won't give us anything. So it's one of those.
Number 2, big time, in my opinion. But I guess doing what he did, it could be any of.
Wait, what do you mean number 2?
Just that whole thing with
It's
the
all
phone.
no, but it's saying that they. Okay, so it's he knowingly intentionally kills another human being while like one of these things is going on. Is what it's saying.
Okay.
It's not
Yeah.
just that. It's he did this attached to another thing is the whole point of why a lot of people have been talking about this in the groups at least because they're like, which one was it? Like, because we don't know anything about the crime. All we know is he killed him. So I just thought it was interesting because it's one of those. What was it? Right? Is anybody else following me or am I like not making sense? I feel like I'm not wording it right or something.
No, I'm just saying that, okay, look at number 2. That's one nature. And then if you look at the rest, it says K, another human being while committing or attempting to commit. And then it's as if it were like a drug deal gone bad. That's where I was saying, like, I felt like it was probably the top. Please stop doing that.
Oh, you're saying it
Just one
fits in
second.
one of these, not this.
Yeah. 1 second. I'm sorry.
Look, kills a fetus. Oh my God. Here, let me see if I could find a better one that doesn't cut off right there. There we go. Okay. What do you guys think of this? So, because we don't even know, like, anything, like if he did anything to the girls, like in a. Hey, yeah. I know, DR Piper, I know, but that no, please, I'm not that stupid. I know he didn't commit all those, but it's one of those is my whole point. So which one? That's what I'm trying to figure out. He's the way I read it is he did one of those while killing him. There's something attached to it, right? So it's one of these scenarios. I know it's not all of them. Come on. I know it's not all of them. Oh, Lordy. I don't know. Anyway. I guess it could be, but that wasn't what I was saying, you know? Anyway. I just think it's interesting because we don't know. So this kind of gives us a look that there's there's one of those things. So what is it? Like, did he commit arson? Did he rob them? CM.
Yeah, so it's just I was listening while I went out there. It's just a statue, so it can fall under any of those things. I didn't perceive you as saying he did all those things
I
at
know,
all.
but somebody did. Somebody said,
Okay, I was like, I just
no,
heard
not
that.
you. Somebody's like, he
Yeah.
didn't do all of those. I'm like, yeah, I know. Like, come
Right.
on. That's not what I was saying at all. I'm sorry. I'm a little moody today. It's just that time of the month.
Yeah, it's okay.
It is.
I would have never thought of him doing anything with controlled substances though, but given his job too. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
wonder if there's a
I'm thinking more one of these. Like I'm thinking
Yeah, for
R
sure.
or
Mhm.
CM or one of those. But I mean, who
Mhm.
knows? Because we know that they did cook meth down there under the bridge. You heard about that, right? There's a group
No.
of people that. Oh yeah, Matt Sullivan. He covered all that where that was a place where they cooked it down there under the bridge.
Oh, remember that one guy you covered who lived under the bridge or lived at the park at one point with like they made an arrest and everybody thought it was going to be him, but it wasn't.
He
It was
lived at the park. I don't remember anybody living at the park.
yeah, it was
Really?
in one of his posts that he like lived there for like and we were like looking up when and stuff. I can't remember his name though, so I probably shouldn't have said it,
I
but
mean, I remember that one guy that he had me convinced it was that one guy, but supposedly that day they were all down there doing it. And that's why like a lot of people
wow.
thought it involved like maybe the girls seen something and then so they
Mhm.
saw it and so they had to do it, you know.
Get rid of him,
But
yeah.
like supposedly, yeah, they were down there doing it. So, but I don't think it's associated. I think it's all separate. Like I
That
don't
would
even
be
know
the
if it was
worst
actually
place
the same
ever.
time.
Somebody randomly walking up on you. I feel like I'd be paranoid the whole time.
Yeah.
Unless they're homeless and they don't have a choice, then that would be a better place, I guess. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, he didn't though. Like did it seem like I don't know, I guess, but like I don't know if
Yeah,
that.
by making them go down a hill and forcing
Oh.
that's
Yeah, but he didn't take him anywhere. Oh yeah, I guess that could. Maybe that is all it is or
But
something.
did you see someone they need to look into like Odin's or something? Did you ever see a lot of people going down that route thinking it had something to do with Odinists or something? I like listened to a lot of that at one point.
Wait, Odin, say that again?
There's like I don't know want to call it or it might be considered a religion, but I remember I listened to a channel who was super like I don't remember the name. It was just well, no, I don't think he's that small anymore. Um and he was going over the belief that it could have been ritualistic and that they were Odinists.
I don't
But
think I
I know
don't
I
I
didn't
don't
stay
get
on it
that at
long.
all from that. I personally don't. I never saw it like that. Oh, I guess because he like staged like he like the way he laid their body supposedly was like
Mhm.
uh
And with the things that were there. So
yeah, but they won't tell us. So it's staged like right here.
Lisa can relate.
Like this is a part of the documents of. I had read like the whole documents in that last one, but it's like it was discovered that one of the victims was missing from the crime scene while the rest of their clothing was recovered. It also appeared the girls' bodies were moved and staged. Based upon my training and experience, it is common for perpetrators of this type of crime to take a souvenir or in some fashion memorialize the crime scene, whether by photos or electronic or digital methods that are downloaded onto computers, storage devices, tablets, phones, iPads, devices, or electronic devices that are stored digital for later viewing, scanning, or copying. So, yeah. We'll go through some more of the groups maybe together, but let's, oh, thanks, Kayla. Why do? The chats are the best. They are.
Sorry, I clicked that one.
Wow. No, it can't. Oh, Lord. I didn't say it couldn't happen. Is that what you're trying to talk to me? I just don't personally think. It's just my opinion. Of course, I don't. Nobody knows. I don't know.
Yeah, very true. Staged versus posed, completely different. That's true.
What?
Staged versus posed, completely different. That's true.
Yeah. All right. Shoot.
To cut my hair off.
Yeah, I just don't think. I don't know why. I just don't think. But I mean, it could be. It could be. I just never got that feeling.
Guess so.
All right. Yeah, I know. Well, no, I haven't quite started, but mine's coming in the next couple days. I'm in the PMS stage where I'm like, I get grumpy like the week before, and that's where I'm at. I get like really hot. Like I've been like hot the last couple days, like sweating, like my face.
Did you
And
see
then,
that
so in the next
somebody's-
couple days, because my grumpiness, I'm sure a lot of people are like that right before. So I'm like a little grumposaurus right now.
Maybe I shouldn't show that one. I took it down. They just said that they didn't think that having her right next to Richard Allen was right. I didn't see let me see the thumbnail just a second.
I don't know.
Can't win. Doesn't show up.
What do you think? I mean, is that bad?
No, I mean, I would have never thought of that, but I can see how they feel that way. You know what I mean? Like, but I would have not thought of that unless it was brought up.
I don't know. But then I would have to change a lot of my thumbnails because a lot of my thumbnails has the two people. So like that, I mean.
Let me see. Yeah. Ooh, I like your deaf ones a lot.
Really? Thank you.
Yeah, I never really looked at
I don't
them.
even remember what they are. Now you got me wanting to look at the deaf ones.
Oh, that summer one's so cute.
I'm sorry. Like, I don't mean to offend it, but like, you have just a certain
Oh
amount
yeah,
of
like
room and then
Harmony Montgomery, she's in the middle, and then Adam.
Yeah, I mean, but it's just like it's supposed to represent what you're talking about, and I'm talking about Richard. I want to always keep their faces out there, so I think it's important to keep. You know what I'm saying?
Majority
I'm
saying
talking
don't
about
worry about
Richard. I know. I'm just explaining like why though. I just think it's not. It's there's supposed to be a representation of what the video is, and that's what it is. So I hope. Yeah, sorry guys. I don't mean no disrespect.
Oh, I like that answer. Whoop. That one.
No, it shows the evil he is and the light they are. Yes, exactly. That's why. Yeah, I'm glad you picked up on that. That's why I did the red for him and the yellow like outline for them, because I always associate red with evil. Like I don't know. I do like red with I do red a lot with the bad guys for some reason. I don't know why. And then like the light, like the yellow. So that's exactly what I was going for. So really
Good complementary colors.
Thank you, Silverleaf. Anyway.
Ah.
Anyway.
Yep.
I know, I'm done. It wasn't, I just wanted to explain it. All right. Okay, so yeah, Lisa read with period.
Oh my
Lord.
God.
This chat is just all talking about periods, I guess. All right,
You
so let's
started it.
I did. Well, I
I'm
did.
just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I mean, I just said why I was grumpy, but let's
Yeah.
talk about the case. All right.
What were you doing next?
Wow,
Gosh, my
little snow walker is a little bit too sensitive. I was just talking about the mood. Moody. All right. Sorry, I'm just an open person. I'm not meaning it, just how I am.
The haircut
No,
of it.
that's what you get with me, I guess.
What?
Hey,
So
Mox,
it
what I
burned your
accidentally put
hair
retinol
off,
on my hairline,
Angelina?
my hair cut off at the top. Oh, hi. No,
Wow.
I don't think redheads are evil. I didn't mean, God, no, you're
I
not
think
people
some
gonna
are.
read into that.
Some gingers are evil.
Well, some
I'm
brunettes
just.
are, some blondes
I
are,
know.
you
I
know.
know. My gosh, my
All
mom
right, so
smokes crazy.
let's continue. Okay, so let me play another video and get back on track here. All right, 1 second. Let's play, because I have some good news clips. There's like little bits of news clips like with like interviews, and I meant to like clip them out and I didn't get to it, but they're still good videos. Let's see which one I want to play next. Let's play let's see, hold on. Trying to remember which one that was talking about the.
Look, see, your chair goes up really high behind you. It probably goes up to like, I'd say like here, huh? Because it goes above your head.
Yeah, it's pretty high.
Yeah, this one just goes right above.
Yeah, it's a high one. Let's put this one. See what this one is.
This morning, the hunt for a killer in Delphi, Indiana may be over, nearly 6 years after the murders of 2 teenage girls.
Last Friday was the day, and an arrest has been made.
Authorities charging Richard Allen with 2 counts of murder in connection to the 2017 deaths of 13-year-old Abby Williams and 14-year-old Libby German. Their bodies were found a day after they went for a hike. Allen pleaded not guilty to both charges. Authorities releasing few details about Friday's arrest, sealing charging documents containing evidence about the 50-year-old suspect.
This investigation is far from complete, and we will not jeopardize its integrity by releasing or discussing documents or information.
Allen lived in the community and worked at a local CVS, where Libby's grandmother confirmed reports that he processed photos for the family free of charge. The drugstore chain telling NBC News, "We stand ready to cooperate with the police investigation in any way we can."
Why did it take this long to arrest him?
Yeah, it's a really good question, and one that we'll be able to tell one day. Doing it any other way at any other time would be inappropriate.
Throughout their years-long probe, investigators shared few details about the case, but did release 2 sketches of a suspect and this video from Libby's phone appearing to show a man on their hike and an audio recording of a male voice saying, After Monday's announcement, Libby's sister Kelsey tweeting, "We got him." Her grandparents saying, "It's not over yet."
Now we got a big mountain ahead of us, and we're going to stay after it.
As this small town mourns the 2 teens whose lives ended so tragically, officials hope this arrest can finally help the healing process.
I left the
begin.
shoot. Every time I leave the screen, it
We've been waiting
starts
for this day for a
skipping.
long time, but there's still more to do.
Now, Delphi is a small
I didn't hear
community
it.
here in Indiana with a population of roughly 3,000, and many residents recall their own interactions with the suspect, oftentimes at the CVS where he worked, and he was
find a video.
also a regular at the local bar and grill. Many say he just blended right in. Hoda?
All right, Kathy Park Forest there. Thank you, Kathy.
Actually, there's actually a video where somebody was talking about how they used to go into this store all the time. Let me see something. Hold on. And also, let's find a good video of. I've seen so many in the past, but like a good video of the area. Let me see if I still have the clip where the helicopter goes over the scene. Have you ever seen that one?
I don't know, but I've seen some really great drone footage in
What?
it's like 360 and everything.
What? Do you have like a link? Let's do it because some people are like new to the case that
That's the
haven't.
guy I'm trying to remember his name. He like used to work with Sleuth and Tuition. He even went on Popcorn Planet. Yeah, it was like Josh something, I think. Do you ring about? I've asked people more than once recently trying to figure out what his name was, and nobody remembers. They remember the guy, but they can't remember his name.
Well, let's see what chat says. I'm gonna go to my Delphi file and see what I have.
Yeah, he did. Hi, Seth. He did an awesome video where he went and like 360 filmed, so you get to have the 360 experience. Like it's a whole 360 video. Pretty eerie.
Wow, yeah, we
Mhm.
need to find that maybe. How do it? Maybe somebody could.
I agree, Candy. He looks taller than 5'4" to me
Oh,
too.
I
But
wonder if
then
we.
if I look at the picture of Libby, she looks almost taller or the same height. What were we gonna say? I'm sorry.
I'm gonna just like type it in and see if I could find it.
Yeah. I could try finding it on my phone too.
I'm just gonna do like. Here we go. Let's do this. Drone footage. Here, hold on. Let me do it this way. Here.
Monon High Bridge, that's what it is.
Yeah, it's Monon High Bridge. So what I'm going to do is I'll just play a couple here as here. Let me add this. Hold on. All right, let's see. I'll just play a couple of them because some people wanted to see it. Huh? There's no sound. Is that
I
weird?
haven't heard anything about his religion yet.
We're gonna go. I think that didn't somebody say that he did go to church? Am I like
Oh, with
imagining that?
them. Yeah, that he went to.
Yeah.
So probably a Christian or Methodist. That's what it was, Methodist.
Methodist. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Let me see if I could find anything on these groups. Hold on. Well, there's okay. So I guess I'm going to read a couple things from these groups. So True Crime Society posted something that supposedly from a friend of the family stating that the wife found items in the house belonging to the girls. The wife told family members and they told police, but that hasn't been verified. So take it with a grain of salt. But it's like we're hearing so many different things. What's true?
Can you imagine finding? Oh my gosh, I would lose my mind if I found.
And dedicated.
Yeah, and then it says, hold on. Let's play another one and then see what this one does.
Wherever today takes you.
La 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 la. Oh, I had this app where it shows like you could have like a virtual thing.
Crime 4 years after it shocked the city of Delphi. Police there are still trying to figure out who killed Abby Williams and Libby German.
Tonight, as our Rich Van Wyk explains, the girls' families are hoping that there's this new online
technology gives a lifelike look.
This app was pretty cool, but it had a lot of glitches in it. You could go to
I remember when you used that.
Was it intense?
I did like you could do Jody. I had Jody Arias. I had
The Mendez brothers. You did.
Menendez, yeah. Menendez. I mean, but
Menendez.
It glitched out a lot. Like it. And it was like $8 a month. So I like undid it because it was
kind of a lot.
I got a bunch of like they even had Jesus. You could go back and where Jesus, like the crucifixion and stuff. But like, yeah, I screen recorded all the good ones, and then the other ones I couldn't get. They would glitch out, and you could never load them. So I might go
I
back
guess
now
that
and
is
see
a
it.
murder. I was going to say, because
will.
why would that be on there with all those other things? But that's technically
Yeah, I mean,
a crucifixion.
So yeah, it is. So what was I gonna say? Yeah, I might try see if they like.
What's that
got
app called again?
I forget. Let's see if it says. It's been a while because I undid it.
You're standing on the bridge with them as they're seeing this.
There's the suspect approaching the girls. Libby's phone is out, taking the video with her best friend Abby at her side.
It brought it really into perspective for me of what they were seeing. And just the person being there gave me a new perspective of what he looked like.
The original video, sketches of the suspect, a $225,000 reward, and more than 50,000 tips haven't led police to the girl's killer. The families hope this video will.
It's going to help trigger somebody's memory, and they're going to say, wow, I really do know who this looks like.
Crime Door. It's
And
Crime Door,
murders
yeah.
are among hundreds of unsolved crimes featured in the brand new Crime Door app. It's aimed at fans of true crimes. Before signing on to help create Crime Door, Paul Holes was a detective.
Wonder if it's any better now.
Case
I'm
investigation.
hoping I might try to get it again.
Yeah.
Another tool. It's another source of information that could potentially give Kelsey, her family, Abby's family, an answer.
State police insist the case is far from cold. 2 investigators work it every day. They are still getting new leads.
I still have so much hope. I talked to an investigator the other day, and he told me to remember that they're never stopping. No matter what, they're going to keep fighting for us.
And Abby and Libby.
So wait, somebody said
more about 50-year-old Richard Allen. As Jeff mentioned, Allen has lived and worked right in the heart of Delphi the whole time. News 18's Joe Paul shares more on how Allen hid in plain sight for more than 5 years.
Richard Matthew Allen's initial hearing here at the Carroll County Courthouse wasn't publicized to media or posted to online court websites. Meanwhile, all the court records in the case remain sealed, but police do say that Allen entered preliminary not guilty pleas on 2 formal charges of murder.
I was actually really shocked.
Chuck Webb lives around the corner from this Delphi CVS. He recalls interacting with Richard Allen while picking up prescriptions for his elderly mother.
And I've dealt with the gentleman several times. I go through the drive-through a lot, and he was actually, helping people through the drive-through window.
On Monday, police said Allen is charged with murder in the nationally known 2017 Delphi double homicides. Investigators scoured the country for a suspect for more than 5 years. Meanwhile, Allen lived in Delphi and worked behind the pharmacy counter.
You wouldn't even consider him being a suspect or anything, as friendly and everything as he was.
Another resident near the CVS said off camera he saw Allen taking smoke breaks outside the pharmacy. A company spokesperson hasn't returned my email about his employment.
There's a lot of people here that's been through the store there and picking up their medication and like myself, not putting the two together.
Allen has lived in this home on North Whiteman Drive since 2006. It's a quiet cul-de-sac in a secluded neighborhood south of town.
Somebody living here, that thought had crossed my mind just like anybody else's that lives around here.
The home is less than 2 miles from the Carroll County Sheriff's Office and the scene of the homicides. Yeah. Neighbors didn't answer knocks on their doors or posted keep out signs in their front yards.
I don't see how he could actually go all this time and keep a straight, normal face and represent himself the way he has.
Allen was never on the radar of web sleuths and wannabe detectives. He lived and worked alongside these sketches posted to so many Delphi windows.
Walking around, even right there in the store there where he was working. The photos right there by the window.
Allen is 50 years old and right now is being held at the White County Jail without bond. Reporting in Delphi.
Okay. I still have a couple more videos, but let's go into the Facebook groups and see. I like doing that. Do you guys like doing that online or no?
A couple people said they don't believe them, but I like reading them.
Don't believe what? Like the groups?
Wow, that's crazy, Lavender.
Someone mentioned it was him 2 years ago. You're the one before it was in the last live saying that you guys were on to him. Remember? Isn't that who? Wasn't it?
She was the one trying to send you the shoe video.
Oh, Lavender, you never sent it to me. Where's my shoe video, darn it?
She said she sent it to Instagram and your email, but you said you didn't get it.
I never got my email. Instagram maybe, but I'm so behind on my Instagram. Shoot. Well, all right, hold on a second. Let's go. Let's do this group. Or wait. I think I already looked.
There's a video. Wait. There's a video online where someone named him calling him Richard, saying he would never be caught. I can't remember what YouTuber had an old chat room log. That's interesting.
Wait, what?
And then I wondered about this. Look at WTHR.
I know. I was trying to look at their, and I didn't see what they were talking about. I can't tell by the title, so I don't know. I saw that comment. Can you find it?
The comment or the video, you mean? The video?
The video, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know which one it was because, I mean, I found their channel obviously, but I couldn't tell which one. So here's like these pictures. I was trying to figure out some of these pictures, like people have them. I don't like know who took these, and was it like when we're okay?
Here's one I haven't seen, I don't think.
What?
I'll put it in the private chat.
Oh, there's a bunch though. The videos you mean? There's so many news clips. Is it what they're talking about though? I still have like 10 already downloaded, and then there's another one that I wanted to play. Delphi double murder investigation timeline. That could be kind of interesting to watch, huh? The timeline?
Yeah. Here, I'm going to see if the transcript mentions anything about DNA.
Yeah. Hold on, let me I have to share this a different way.
Yeah, no, that just says he was hiding in plain sight.
Yeah, I don't know which one. Like we could go through so many of them and not like it might not be the right one. But we read that post, so maybe that post is true or something. That person.
Right. Yeah.
Like, let's see what this one says.
It was February 13th, 2017, the day before Valentine's Day, a day that would leave two families mourning, a community frightened, and investigators puzzled for years to come. It was on that cold Monday that 13-year-old Abigail Williams and 14-year-old Liberty German went to the Monon High Bridge in Delphi. The young teen girls had the day off from school. They dropped off, then disappeared. A search would discover their tragic end the next day. Their bodies discovered in a wooded area not far from.
Yes, I did. And nothing came up, Julie Parks. But it makes sense because to be a pharmacy tech, I'm telling you, they do like this federal background search. Like they do one on top of just the general background search because you can't have anything in your background to be working with like controlled substances. Because I mean, that's what they did for me when I had to get a job. Like they even, the person that hired me is like, we're going to be doing this very in-depth, like, I think they call it like a federal search. So like, if you have anything, we won't hire you. So it makes sense because he got a job as a pharmacy tech. He became certified like after the murders. So it kind of makes sense that he didn't have one. And, you know, I guess he could have got one after that. But well, obviously, I mean, we know he has one now. But no, when I ran the background search, I didn't come up with anything. So I don't know. And they said they took away that breaking and entering one just from recently. So
who said they took it away?
I guess it's just that source. I don't know if it's legit, but remember they said that they.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. I just didn't know.
But that was the recent one. So for like the background search that I do, it's like it probably wouldn't come up yet on the like the most recent things. But we could like go to the court. Well, we saw like the recent things on him. I think they did, right? Because that didn't come up. I don't know. I'll have to look into that. But regardless, we know that you know he did that. He broke into the garage, right? I mean, isn't that kind of a fact? We don't know exactly what he took. I guess that's hearsay. But we know that he stole from his neighbors, and that's why they got the warrant, right? Or did they wait? Did law enforcement ever really even come out and say that actually? Or is that all hearsay?
Say what? About
him like stealing from the neighbors? Because in my head I was like, oh, that's a fact. But wait, did that come from law enforcement? I don't know if
I
anything came
recall
from
it.
them.
We even tried finding the pictures of them waiting outside in the car while they searched the house. And remember, we couldn't find that either.
No, I couldn't find it.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody knows where to find it. But this should be interesting just to give us a basic timeline, and then we'll go back into the groups and look and see if we could find anything.
From
And
that
then
bridge along the
we can
banks
go-
of Deer Creek. What we would all soon learn is that Libby, in those terrifying moments, captured evidence that would help police in the search for the killer. On February 15th, 2017, police released cell phone images from Libby's phone showing a suspect in the case coming across the bridge toward the girls. A week later, police released audio from Libby's phone.
As 13 News reported on the case,
Because remember, they didn't release the extra guys down the hill till after. It was first just down the hill, remember? And then they like came
Emily,
out.
where did you see those pictures, if you remember? Sorry, I just wanted to ask that before I forgot about them sitting out at the car. She said she's seen them.
Ronald.
Yeah, I don't. Well, so can you send it? Because I haven't seen them.
I'm gonna put your email.
We
in
saw the
chat.
one of like the that shows like their yard of like them dug up like fire pit or whatever.
Yeah.
Remember? Like we saw
Yeah.
that, but that was all.
Logan, the man who lives at the property where the girls were found.
Is this gotta
HLN?
be- Is this played on your mind?
That's what. That's the one that we were looking at. Remember HLN?
Mm-hmm.
I looked specifically HLN. I'm pretty sure. I don't know if it was for that, but we were looking at HLN for something, and I didn't see him. But I'll
Oh,
write it
never
down.
mind. I see now.
Wait, what?
I think
Is that
that's
not
Gray.
right?
I
Should
think
look
Gray
at-
had them. I might check
The
each
longer
one.
it goes, yes, it does. Yeah, it's. I'm not sure I fully comprehend what all's happened yet. Two young kids playing, thinking they're having a wonderful day, Valentine's Day, and ends up in one of the largest tragedies in Carroll County history.
In your backyard?
In my backyard. Yeah, it's a big thought. Not a good one.
Turns out the FBI was also talking to Logan. An agent at the time noted that Logan's voice was not inconsistent with that of the voice captured on German's phone. The FBI notes an interview with Logan's relative in which the relative tells the agent that Logan called them the morning of February 14th, 2017, and asked them to lie about where he had been the previous afternoon. That was before the bodies of the girls were found. 13 News was there as Logan's home was searched.
More than a dozen investigators worked for hours, searching Ron Logan's home, his garage, barns, and property. They are looking for clues to whether Logan is connected to the murders.
Basically, we're trying to either clear him or look at him even harder. That's what we're trying to do here.
Abby Williams and Libby German were found murdered on Logan's property. Days later, he walked us to the secluded crime scene, appearing shaken by what occurred here.
I can't really wrap my emotions around it yet. It's just so mind-boggling.
Later, when someone used social media claiming Logan resembles investigators' prime suspect, the 77-year-old was understandably angry.
I was cleared by the authorities ages ago.
Since then, investigators received new leads and found new information, prompting the search and putting new attention on Logan.
As we have gone into the investigation and have talked to other people, things are just not adding up, and we're just trying to get things added up.
Police arrested Logan earlier this week on a probation violation. He has numerous drunk driving convictions. He's being held without bond. Investigators searched with the help of a canine. They carried away armloads of potential evidence and seized Logan's truck. Police, though, warned against rushing to any conclusions.
This is part of the investigation. This is not our first search warrant. We've done several others other than this residence. We've done some polygraphs. We've done all kinds of things to other people.
In citing reasons for the search warrant, the FBI agent noted that pieces of clothing from one of the victims were missing and that it appeared the girls' bodies were moved and staged. There were no visible signs of a struggle or fight. Investigators recovered fibers and unidentified hairs at the crime scene. The agent also suspected a souvenir had been taken by the killer and that it was common for perpetrators to memorialize the crime scene with pictures. It's not clear if anything was found in Logan's home, but he was never arrested before he died in 2020.
On July 17th of 2017, police released their first sketch of the suspect. They had received thousands of tips and were working through them. But as the months passed and years passed, this case went quiet. That was until April 2019. That's when a new sketch of the suspect was released, and additional audio of the suspected killer from Libby's phone emerged. Again, tips came flooding in. The families of the girls and that community in Delphi were hopeful it would finally lead to a break in the case. But again, days turned to weeks, weeks to months, and months into years with no arrest and sadly no answers.
Then, nearly 5 years after the murders on December 6th of 2021, police asked who had communicated with the social media account of the name Anthony Schatz. A flurry of activity took place then. The images in the accounts were those of a male model. The account itself belonged to a man from Miami County. He lived just over 30 minutes from Delphi. Police said Keegan Klein admitted to creating the account to solicit nude images from underage girls.
Tell me about Anthony Schatz. Why did you create that profile?
I don't really know. I was just lonely, you know what I mean? Just talking to people. I don't know why I did it.
Hi, I'm Rue.
Oh my gosh, I love that show though. Euphoria.
I haven't seen it yet.
That's what you were saying. You got to start it.
Said he was not trying to meet any of those girls in real life. Klein also said that police told him his Anthony Schatz account was the last to communicate with German before her murder. Turns out, police had served a search warrant on Klein's home in 2017, just days after the girls' bodies were found. It was for a child exploitation and child pornography case.
And so are you aware whether you may have talked to Libby on the 13th?
His hair looks weird, you
That's
know?
what they said.
Yeah,
That's
we
what
Did
the
someone
police
like shave the
told me.
chunk out?
That
Or
you
like
did.
maybe ripped it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody
And
attacked
do
her
you
in
have
front
any
of him?
recollection of that?
No, not at all.
Have
I've
you,
told them 100 times I've done everything they wanted me to, and it's like they're just harassing me.
Klein was charged August 29th, 2020 with 30 counts, including child exploitation, possession of child pornography, and obstruction of justice. He allegedly told investigators he would talk to girls using the Anthony Schatz account, even if they were under 16. He claimed to have received photos from all of the girls he chatted with. Investigators seized 6 devices from Klein, including smartphones, a tablet, and an iPod Touch. Police found sexual images of girls. Some appeared to be only 14 years old. And after being interviewed by police, Klein returned home. He later told police he found another phone and turned it over to them. Police said an examination showed someone had uninstalled and deleted Snapchat, Instagram, and Meet Me. The browser's search history had also been deleted before the phone was turned into authorities. After several continuances, his jury trial was set for September of 2022 in the child pornography case. Klein has not been charged in the Delphi murders. He has not even been named a suspect. And so the families of Libby German and Abby Williams wait for answers.
5 years. That's 1,825 days that have passed since the bodies of Abby Williams and Libby German were found in the woods near Delphi.
They probably had you.
That's 43,800 hours. The people who loved them have had to wonder who the man is in this video. The man investigators say killed the girls and where he's at now.
I don't think anybody thought we'd be here at the spot at the 5-year mark with an unsolved case.
But that's where they are, despite thousands of tips, along with video and audio of the killer. Libby captured on her cell phone as the girls hiked on the Monon High Bridge Trail. Not to mention 2 different sketches released 2 years apart.
I think eventually what we'll be able to do is put the face of the murderer up in between those 2 sketches, and we'll be able to merge them together and become one.
Indiana State Police Superintendent Doug Carter says he personally gets 25 to 30 tips a week that he forwards to investigators. Carter can't give a definitive timeline as to when the girls' families or the public will have answers or the justice they want.
What's important to me on the 5-year anniversary is that people know that we're continuing to full speed ahead.
It's frustrating. We all thought we would have answers 5 years ago, but we also know that law enforcement is doing absolutely everything they can and putting all of their time and effort into the case, and they want answers just as much as we do.
Both families have a mantra they've said since the beginning.
Today's the day.
5 years later, those words don't always come out as easily as they used to.
I mean, some days it's really hard, but yeah, we still keep positive that today could be the day and tomorrow could be the day and any day. We just have to keep being hopeful on that and have faith that it will be one day.
I know my grandparents say it every day, but for me, it's something that I say to reassure myself when I'm feeling frustrated, when I'm feeling like no answers are coming, and I'm feeling defeated. I say that. I say, today is the day, it's coming, it'll get here.
The question remains, when?
The community continues to rally in memory of the girls. A ballpark was built and dedicated in their names. Benefit rides are held to remember the girls and help with the upkeep of the park. And tips continue to come into police, each one investigated, and another chance at solving the murders of 2 young girls.
Everybody listen to this. I was muted and I can't hit it as easily as I can on my phone.
Are you guys enjoying that? Like, I think this is pretty good to give an overall summary of everything. Is everybody like wanting to finish this, right? Or it's over? Oh wait, how is that 10 minutes? I thought we were only halfway through it.
Did you merge the sketches in your pre-recorded, or did you just do merging of each sketch? Because
No,
I'd like.
but I should.
Yeah, I was gonna say if you didn't, that person said merge the sketches. I think that'd be cool.
Oh, hold on. Let me remove this. Oh yeah.
Just make note.
Okay, so I want to just go into the groups. I want to also go to like the
Yeah.
Oh, somebody remember the last live somebody asked about like the overlays of like Anthony Klein and Keegan Klein. Do you guys still want to see those that I did or no? Or do you think it's
What do you mean?
pointless?
You're gonna put them over the-
Could it be because could one of the sketches be one of them? Could it be Tony possibly? And then they're not both bridging. Like one's Richard and one's Tony. Could that possibly?
I don't know what Tony looks like.
You don't know what Keegan Klein's dad looks like? Really? Oh, so
No.
you haven't really followed this case too closely, huh?
Not in a while. I
hold
used
on.
to.
Hold on one
First
second.
time I'd heard about Keegan Klein's dad was listening to you guys read those transcripts. Otherwise, I always watch the one channel and then another.
So did you follow it like at the beginning at all or no?
Yeah, and then in the
then you just-
middle.
then you
Yeah.
didn't. Okay.
Like
right, hold on.
haven't for the last year, I'd say. Because I remember when you came out with those text messages and stuff, I followed that. And then I followed when another guy was arrested and they thought he might be connected, but it ended up being that he wasn't. And then I didn't for a while. And then I would randomly catch Sleuth Intuition.
Well, here, let me find, hold on one second. Let me bring up, I kept, hold on a second. If not, I could play my old video where I do the overlays, but because when people were asking before, I'm like, why didn't I show that? Like when people were asking, I could have like showed it that time, but hold on. If I didn't save it, I'll just play my old video just to see, because I mean, it looks like, but see, you could do that with a lot of them. Like a lot of the suspects, you overlay it onto the sketches, and some of them look really close, but Tony looked pretty close. But you know what? One of Keegan's pictures, like when I did a half and half for the younger sketch, it was crazy. Let me show you what I'm talking about. But I don't think but the thing
Sorry,
is,
I was reading the
it's kind of
chat.
pointless because I don't think Keegan is BG. He's not the sketches. I don't think it's
I
him.
know, I don't see that either.
I see it being more Tony, the dad. So I don't know if it's pointless even doing it, but I guess I'll show you. Hold on. Wait. I might just have to bring up.
Something happened. What?
What's wrong? I feel like you're in another world over there with the comments, huh?
I just saw someone tell Unsolved Cases to stop recycling other people's comments, and I saw her response. So I was just looking at what was going on.
Why is that going on? What does that even? I don't even know what that even means.
I know. I don't
Recycling
think
other people's
that
comments?
Unsolved does either. I think they just, and it's somebody I haven't seen in the chat, so it was just weird.
Huh. Yeah. I wouldn't know what that meant, but is it like
Have a good work day or night.
Who? Oh, here we go.
Go stay
Keegan.
woke.
All right, let's do this. It should bring it back up so I could use it. Let's see. Come
Okay.
on.
Does the sketch look like Ron Logan, Charles Eldridge, Daniel Nations, James?
Daniel
Bryan
Nations looks like
Chadwell?
the older sketch, the guy with the bigger nose. It depends which sketch. Like some of them, like Chadwell looks like the younger sketch. You can make it look like, okay, let me show you this here. Hold on. Wait, why isn't that my screen shared anymore? I'll just show you how you can make it like, not that you purposely make it, but when you line them up, they can look like, hold on. Why is that? Share. Okay. All right.
No.
He used their love against them, Grima. Yeah, I mean, they say that Libby fought more, and it was like it seemed like it was personal against Libby, which kind of makes sense if maybe Keegan, because Libby was the one talking.
I can see that.
Right, to Anthony Schatz, if that's connected, and also Libby, Richard's daughter, kind of looks like Libby, even with when she had the blonde hair on the bridge. Did you see the actual real photo of her? And then
Yeah.
she kind of reminds me of Libby.
Creepy.
And then hold on, we're gonna go through these though. And then what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, so and then Libby was the one that had her clothes taken off. What they say, like she had her no pants on, the top half was covered in leaves. Remember those texts that came out, the leaked
Yeah.
text?
Yeah.
So he
It's
covered
weird.
her in leaves. It looked like she fought back more, they said.
They said she was
And then
mutilated.
Abby was like placed with her hands like folded and maybe sitting up, I don't know, and then with her hood up, and she was like stabbed in the heart and the throat or something. Julia, remind me. Juliet, will you remind me? Oh my god, I just laughed.
thought it
People
was
are gonna
the
think I'm
throat,
laughing
but
at that.
I could be
That's not,
wrong.
I don't think it's funny, guys. That was
You were uncomfortable saying it's a coping
yes,
mechanism.
okay, but some people don't get that neither. But
Yeah.
I think her throat and heart, right?
Yeah, see, throat. I thought throat too. Suspicious Zav knows BG had help and she's on the prowl for that fool. What?
Wait, what?
Here, wait.
Suspicious Zav knows BG.
Oh, I get it now. Got it.
Using
Okay.
money.
Yeah,
That's using
that's
money.
funny,
He's
yeah.
or I don't even know if you're a male or female, but whatever you are, I love
I
it.
love the dollar sign.
But they're always like give me like this, like it gives me like this feeling when
Jesus
they
Lord.
say stuff. It's funny. Yes, and then yep. Okay, so I was remembering right in the heart and then the neck. Hey, well, one of the mods maybe share that video that I did because I feel like it is very interesting. It goes over that David Erskine, I think, is the guy that was there, right, that found him with a group of people, but it goes over like what he says he witnessed, like what they looked like when they found him. Do you guys know which? I should probably just share it because you might not. It's under my playlist. It's called like leak text or whatever. I feel like it's got a lot of interesting information about maybe the crime, like what happened to the girls.
I remember I watched that when it came out. When you
Okay, so here's the overlays with we got Anthony and
Soul said, which one? Sorry. You mean the leaked text one or?
Yeah, if you go under my playlist, go under Delphi playlist, and then it will say leak text on the even. I think it even says leak text on the thumbnail. Okay, so here is Tony. This is Keegan's dad right here, overlaid. Hold on. I don't know if I should just play it. Forget how I did it. Oh, that's what I need to do. Never mind. I was just doing it manually when I. Wait, what happened? Was I not sharing that whole time? Wow, sorry guys. I thought I was. All right, hold on. Let me make it a little bit bigger. Because somebody asked. I mean, I don't know. We don't know. Oh, shoot. I didn't mean to do that. Hold on. Try to make it bigger. Okay. All right. So let's do. Okay. All right. That one got off. Wait, that's not completely lined up. That's making me mad. Maybe I moved it. His face is too big. Hold on a second. So this is Anthony. So this is Keegan's dad, which we think possibly could be involved because, like I said, we think like there was like rumors that his son was making a plea deal and that he gave him like information. They were searching the Wabash River, which was like really close to where Tony and Anthony live. They found some kind of weapon associated with something. People were thinking it's with the Delphi murder. So what does that mean? Did Tony get rid of something for Richard? Did he help? And then the fact that they left it like it's making it seem like that they were looking for somebody else. It seemed like, plus when they asked the prosecutor if the Kleins were involved or whatever they asked about the Kleins, he said it was a part of the investigation. So anyway, so that's Tony. Let's see this one. Don't worry, I do the sketches too, and then I do like a side by side or like half and half. Are you guys still with me? I can't see chat right now, but I don't even know because if Richard Allen is bridge guy, then maybe, Tony was just there but it's just kind of interesting. This is Keegan. Just kind of interesting to like look. I'll just go through them real quick. This one, I think he looks a lot like, look at that. Does he not? Look. But that's Keegan. I mean, look at that. You can't tell me that's not really like, that's why we were like, oh my God. But that's what I'm saying. This has happened of a lot of the freaking suspects. Not a lot, but a few. I mean, look at that. It matches up pretty gosh darn close. Right?
I thought so when you just flashed it.
Yeah. And then look
Sorry,
at that.
protein
Look at
bar.
that. Look. Is that not the same? Look at that.
Which one is that guy?
Keegan.
What?
But I mean, I don't think he was like the bridge guy. If these sketches are indeed all bridge guy, but I was never convinced. I was always thinking that because if you hear like the witness that this person, because first of all, how did this witness that saw this guy see his hair? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the guy had a hood and everything. I mean, I guess he could have pulled it down, but like I always thought that this was a different guy. The
So
young
did I.
sketch was somebody else. And if you listen to like some of the comments where it's like the witness that gave this sketch was somebody that she just said this guy was acting suspicious and he was around the area. So what if he was just, what if this was Keegan and he was just around the area, or I don't know, I mean, whoever, and that this guy really isn't bridge guy. But then when they do the press conference, freaking Doug Carter says it's the same guy. It's a mixture of the two. And so it doesn't make sense because the witness I thought just said this guy was acting suspicious. like, I don't think that that was supposed to be Bridge Guy, but
When I brought up like someone seeing a truck at the market, there were people in the chat who knew what I was talking about, but you didn't. And I always wondered if that person was. I think they were like pulled over or something. And I swore that might be the younger sketch guy.
okay, maybe.
Or maybe it goes by pictures they found on the account. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So this is Tony. This is the dad.
He looks more like
This one.
neither.
Yeah.
That one, if
I
either,
think,
but
yeah.
wow.
I just did a bunch of variations with like, I don't know, different, like with the ear, the hair.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of,
The eyes.
yeah.
And the
So
nose.
that's Tony. That's kind of look.
Mhm.
Kind of. I mean, but I feel like you could probably do that with like a lot of different people, and then it's not really them.
What if Keegan was caught by the other guy doing something sketchy and then he helped him and joined? I know it's gross, but my abuser drugged me and coached his son. Wow. Sorry, Kayla.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Wow. But no, because I think if there's a connection, it's because that Keegan or Tony hooked Richard up with Libby through that
Yeah.
site, and that's how the connection was. Whether Tony set it up or Keegan to have them meet there, thinking they're going to meet Anthony Schatz. So they go to the bridge thinking they're going to meet this guy that Libby was talking to, and instead, who's there is maybe Tony and Richard. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if it was something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Because we know she was talking to him the day before. She was talking to Keegan, Anthony Schatz. So, like, what if they set up a meeting?
Looks like he was a little thinner than he is now in his mugshot, in my opinion.
Ew.
Don't you think?
Ew.
She said, was Keegan thinner back when the murder took
Oh,
place?
yeah, he was. Yeah, because now he's a lot heavier. But that's why he matches a little bit more, back then than he did. And the weird thing with Keegan is, if you remember, go watch some of my videos. I go through like his timeline of his Facebook timeline, and I pick out a few interesting things. Like he claims that he had a job. What was it? Hold on, let me see if I could remember this. That at the time of the murders, that he was training to be a bartender in Vegas. But if you hold on, what was it? It was something so weird, because it was like he wanted to almost give himself an alibi for that time, but it didn't match up because what was it? It didn't match up for some reason. It was a lot. Like I figured out from the Facebook, if you go back and forth to like the
Was that in
dates
the
and stuff,
transcripts?
we figured out, it's on my video. I just figured out that maybe they brought it up in the not that I remember, but you figured out that he said he was bartending, but he actually that's what he added that date. He added that later on, like a year or so later, he added it. You know how you could add to Facebook and then he made it seem like it was that date that he was there, but it wasn't. Like, so he posted like post dated or pre-dated or whatever you would call it.
You can
But it
edit
really,
a post.
yeah, and it really, but he really wasn't bartending, because there was something in it that I caught that he lied, like that there wasn't possible, because he went to, I think the schooling was like after or something weird. Like he didn't have the schooling. Let me see if I could find that video, and then you guys could watch it and see what I'm talking about. But it was just suspicious, because it was like he wanted to purposely create an alibi for that time period. And who did he go to Vegas with? I think his dad. So it would almost be creative alibi for both of them, if that makes sense. Anyway, it's just weird. Why pick that date? And then he was like searching that crime, like when he was supposedly in Vegas, he was looking up like details of that crime. But it could also be because he was just talking to that girl the day before, and all of a sudden she's murdered. But like, come on, is there a connection? You know? Let me see if I could find it. I'll show you which one. Hold on. You guys could watch it.
There, I'm done chewing. That girl's like picking up me apart. Like first it was me messing with my hair, and now it was me eating that bar. I'll just sit here very still.
Remember what you tried to tell me?
I know.
Like,
Oh
don't
yeah.
quit
Thank you.
it.
I feel like I have to like sit here just staring at the lens, like not moving.
Is it make it harder because you're showing your face? Are you taking it more personal?
No, I don't
now?
care at all, really. But I just
I
was like,
think you
my stomach
did.
was growling so loud, and I've heard that in my videos before, so I like didn't want it to continue. So I got a protein bar real quick.
Oh, I know mine does too sometimes. I hate it. Financiers, corruption. Hold on, let me find this video that I was talking about, and I can link it. And if you guys want to watch it later, hold on. Connection. Is this it? Oh yeah, right here. Did Anthony Klein's real dad? Did Keegan lie about where he was February 13th? It must be this video. Hold on. I'll just link it, and if you guys want to watch it
See?
sometime.
Paul said he heard it growling too.
What?
In my stomach.
Somebody heard it?
Juliet.
What? I don't think.
Just like sit there.
All right, yeah. It's actually a shorter, it's actually only like it was a pre-recorded, it looks like. Cool. It's 30 minutes. Okay, I'm gonna share it. All right. Wait, where's if you guys want to watch it? At least it'll be in there so the mods can get it if anybody asks. Okay. So where are we at? This one. I mean, yeah, I think he kind of looks like him, but
I know you can almost see it in all of them,
I know
Is
that's
this
the thing.
Raven?
How did I get whoa, how did that one get in there?
That's creepy.
That's weird because I haven't brought this video up in forever. Like I wouldn't have brought this Delphi video up anytime when I was looking at Kylie. That's so weird. Sammy just popped up. Sammy, what do you have to do with this Delphi case?
How long was it? Just a second long or something? Or how long was it?
Let me see. It's just a screenshot.
That's weird. Maybe I accidentally clicked it or something.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have I had to go to my like this wasn't even in my list of edits. I had to go into my old backups to bring it up. So like I haven't clicked on this video
weird.
forever. So there's not like I would ever have been in this video to like bring that in.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird. Oh,
what in the
Oh my god.
Who is
oh,
this? That's
wait, I
scary.
did. Hold on. Did you guys see my faces where I did the face app for the sketches? I have a video of that too. I know. I was just being silly. I made like a silly video. But at least you get like a different like
if his teeth
expression
were showing or
where you
yeah.
yeah, so I wanted to get a different expressions. But I did like to both of the sketches. Hold on, I'll show you the video. Hold on, let me bring up that video. What are you laughing at?
Just that people were like, what the hell?
Here, let me show you the whole here,
About
look. Hold on a second. Here, look. Don't be mad, guys, but hold on. I think I'm gonna make another.
Oh
I don't want to play
world.
that.
I did not see that.
Wait, hold on.
Oh wow.
So this is the video I did. It's if you guys want to watch it, but that's Keegan right there.
It looks like swag, like bottom weed.
Isn't that weird? Look.
Oh my god. Yeah, I've seen videos made like oh
I just put him in a face app. Oh man, I shouldn't be laughing. I'm sorry, guys.
I know. I was like, I'm gonna get
Now I'm feeling bad because you know how sensitive everybody is sometimes, but I'm not. It's not. I don't think the freaking crime's funny, but sometimes you just gotta laugh at things. So this is actually his on his channel. He has a YouTube channel, Keegan.
Okay, I'm back. I'm good.
This is his
It
video.
was just
but
weird seeing them do those goofy faces.
I
Okay.
did the face apps for this too. This is just silly. I don't know. Where'd Autumn go? I'm sorry, guys. It was just a silly thing, but I don't know. I just think
Okay. Oh, every time I'm over it, you pull up another one that's worse.
it's the video. I just did a bunch.
Them like standing in was that really them standing in front of the the
Yeah, it was
Hoover
really them.
Dam?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god. Oh shoot. Oh wait, there we go. I should play the sound, huh? I think it's just songs or something. I don't know. Where's Autumn keep going?
I didn't want people to get offended by I was laughing really hard.
If they're
Oh my gosh, every
offended.
time I'm like, "Okay, I'm good now." The next one's like worse.
This one, but wait. I thought I just
It's a duet.
I know they're like the heads together are the funniest. Wow, how many did I do? This is like 13 minutes long of this. What I just got out of control with this app, I think.
You were having fun with it.
I
Oh, Lord
know.
Jesus.
I did like a bunch of Chris Watts with it and what else?
The one guy was the most like I think it's Tony Klein. Ooh, that one got me. Oh my god. Trying to see if I can see him more with that sketch moving like that.
Yeah, that's the thing though. It gives you a
Yeah.
little bit more expressions if these sketches even match. But I tried to do like a screenshot of Bridge Guy, like of the actual guy, but it wouldn't pick up the face in it, you know,
Yeah.
because it's so like blurry.
Yeah, there isn't enough to like profile. Wow, with that one, I saw more of
What?
Tony Klein, I felt like, than I saw Richard Allen for a second there. Oh my god, look at the guy in the middle.
That's Keegan. Oh, so
Look
you're
at
up
his
for
face. He looks
look at his
different
teeth.
there.
I know, because it's not really what
Oh,
his
I know
teeth look
that
like,
face.
first of all.
Like,
I'm just
see, he looked like semi-normal before, opposed to now. He just looks,
yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah.
Maybe all the stress. Maybe he was involved. I don't know. There's Tony.
Yeah, now you have to add Richard. Where's the Richard one?
Okay, I'll do it. Yeah, because this is like last year or whatever. But I can. Elaine? Who's Elaine?
Oh my god, I would die if you did
Remind me who
Elaine.
Elaine is.
Amber Heard's lawyer.
Oh my God!
Oh
Yes, we
god,
gotta
that'd be
do
hilarious.
that. Okay, let me write that down. Elaine, Amber.
Sam did. He said,
What?
who uploaded
Oh,
this?
this is me. This is my video. I'm telling you, go look at my Delphi playlist. It's under there. I just have. I don't know. I was just being silly with this
It
one.
would be, I don't know if people would get mad, but it would be interesting to see what them all say down the hill with the audio.
This is when he's with what's his name? What's that guy's name from? Oh, what's his
Steve-O?
name?
Steve-O?
Steve-O, yes. I don't know why I did so many of them. What's going on? It must be the music or something. Should just have played it.
I
but
know, I can see that too.
But like that's the thing though. Is Keegan involved
Yeah.
then? Like then is Richard bridge guy? And then if Richard's bridge guy, then why aren't these sketches? They lied to us and they said the sketches were all bridge guys. So it's messed up because they're so secretive. We don't even know what these sketches are. Like, I mean, they say they are, but I'm not buying that the younger curly guy is the same guy as this guy. It's just the same guy as the guy on the bridge. I'm not buying it. I swear the witness said that the guy with the curly hair and the young guy was just a guy acting suspicious down there, which means he could be involved. But I didn't think that they were saying that that was for sure bridge guy. You know, just okay. I'll say. Oh, I see. I thought you were saying you had to leave. Oh, okay. I was like, oh,
Bye, Silverleaf.
oh, bye, Silverleaf. Oh, bye. Thank you for coming.
Zav made that video that she was playing. Everybody keeps asking who uploaded it.
Oh. Here, I could put the link. Oh, what did I just
Did
do
it?
here?
I thought, oh no.
No, that was the
other
other one. I
yeah.
did the one where.
Yeah, what about Lookout Guy?
Lookout guy. Yeah, the lookout guy. That's what I'm
Mhm.
thinking. I'm thinking one of them, like, what if Tony was the lookout guy and then he's the one that got rid of the, or Keegan or whatever, and they got rid of the weapon at the Wabash River, which is right by their house. Because how did they, like, Keegan knew, like, if that's really the weapon for Delphi, how did Keegan lead him to that? You know, did he take a deal because they're like, hey, dude, we're on to you. We have this and this, like, tell us, or, and then he gave it up to take some kind of deal or something.
Mm-hmm.
Or because he was getting all those other charges anyway, so he would need a deal. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He had a ton of charges on him from all the other crap, I feel like. Did you see all the list? Because on the
Yeah, I remember it
transcript,
being
like,
super long.
me and Bella had to skip that main part because they were just like listing out all the charges. I'm like, I'm not reading all those. I mean, it was just so much.
Wonder if they'd apply all that to scare him into.
Maybe.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah,
Because I felt like I
maybe.
remembered when I was like watching it, it seemed like it was excessive. Like some of them might not have been entirely necessary.
That's true. Yeah. So it could have been to try it because they thought, yeah,
He's the type of person who would roll, I think. You know what I mean? Because of like looking like, well, you're going to be in there forever or possibly get the death penalty.
Yeah, definitely. I needed to see the musical by zavgirl. Bad times going
Yeah,
on.
very true. Unsolved.
What do you mean? The matching of the faces was as good as matching of the trees in the Kylie's case. Oh, thank you. So let's go. Okay, now that we just did that, let's go to
Jesus.
what?
Yeah, that's what I read too. Over 10,000 in child images. Yeah.
So let's do.
Yeah, they said disregard older guy sketch and turn around and arrest a guy that resembles older guy sketch.
Yeah. So let's but like with that being said, then we have Richard that like you can make him kind of look from. I think Keegan looks more like this one now.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hold on. Don't you think that?
I don't know. I honestly thought Bridge guy or like guy with the hat more than the younger guy, but then I saw like
No, I'm
his
saying
hooded eyelids,
Keegan.
his
No,
lips.
I think you're thinking. I'm saying. Or are you talking to me or no?
Yeah, I'm talking to you while looking at the Richard pictures though.
No, I was saying Keegan looked more like this young guy, don't you think?
Oh, if out of the two, yeah.
Out of
But,
him.
like-
I mean, he does too a little bit, but I'm saying Keegan matched more of this guy. Not Richard. This
And Richard. Keegan more than Richard, you're saying, right?
The young sketch.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
back then, I know Keegan doesn't look like him now, but he
Right,
did
right.
kind of back then. That's what
Mhm.
you were just looking at. Yeah. And then
But if you
Tony
had to
looks
pick
more
for
like that other
Richard-
guy. And then Richard looks like Bridge Guy more. So like I
Okay,
could see all
yeah.
three of them. I could see Tony being
Right.
that other guy with the hat, the sketch, Keegan being this guy, the young guy, and Richard being Bridge Guy, even though they're supposed to all
Mhm.
three be the same freaking guy. But what if they're all three? I could see it all three. And these are just going by witnesses. Like maybe they all three were there, dude. It's not that
Agree.
far-fetched now knowing what we know, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And we know Richard,
Especially,
I mean, now that the rumor is that Richard actually went to the police the the first week, or what they say, within a week, and said he was there that day.
mm-hmm.
So let's watch after this, let's watch some of the like the videos of him again, maybe. And then let's see, Facebook. So what was I supposed to look up? Remember? Okay, so somebody said the HLN hour special shows those pictures, but I tried to look for it. I can't find an HLN, at least on YouTube hour special. There's a 40-minute one, and I look through it, and it doesn't show the pictures. And there's a 20-minute one, and the 20-minute one is just the press conference. So somebody said that a little bit ago for the pictures of them searching. I don't see it on there.
Good night, Natalie.
Good night, Natalie. I can't see the chat right now, but good night. Let me see if I'm gonna look through some.
I saw this a couple times, and you might have already addressed it. There was more info released about his bail and everything. I didn't think he had bail. That's why the first
20 million. I think it was 20 million. Yeah, he does.
20 million. Okay, I didn't know if you showed that. Did you
So
show
it'd be
that?
like, but see, I don't know. Somebody said, what does that mean? 200,000, like
I thought 200
cash, but I don't know, because sometimes they do, I forget what is worded when they do the bail, where they don't offer that. And I'm guessing, hopefully they didn't offer that for this one, because it's a murder. I don't think they probably would have, because there's a certain kind where they don't offer that, where you could do the cash, like 10% or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't
can't
know.
think of the term though.
Yeah, me either. I'm sure somebody in chat will think of it. But yeah, actually, thanks for bringing that up. I want to bring up a couple articles. I think that one of them talks about that. Hold on. I have a couple links that I wanted to share, and then we'll I'm looking
I
through
don't
some.
think law enforcement's ever said how they were, but I think it was just through leaked stuff, wasn't it?
What? I don't know what you're talking about, because I can't see chat. What are you talking about?
Oh, I didn't know if can you see the highlighted? Oh,
I'm
you
not.
can't see.
No, I'm busy on my screens. I'm not looking at
Okay.
it.
Did
No.
they ever say how the girls were killed?
Yeah. Well, rumor they were stabbed. That's what's the hearsay. No, law enforcement never said it. Well, yeah, they on the Ron Logan documents that got leaked or whatever, it said a blank weapon. Remember, but the rumor is this stabbed. We think they were stabbed with something sharp, obviously, or whatever. Yeah. Because like the guy that David Erskine said, he described like what they look like or whatever, or when they found them and stuff. So like Abby was like posed or whatever with her hands folded and maybe sitting up. It wasn't really sure how they described it, but like she had all her clothes on, but it said, yeah, that she was stabbed in the throat and the heart. Libby was covered in leaves on the top half. Her bottom half was naked, and that she fought like more, I guess. Somehow they knew that she fought. She was the one that fought. And
That's what I always perceived too.
What?
That she fought more.
Oh, okay. I never know if you're talking to the chat or me.
Sorry, I'm writing this down. It says 13 out of Indy. The court released more info about him in an email. You can get it on channel 13 out of Indy. So I just wrote it down.
Okay, hold on. 13 out of Indy? Oh, just 13.
Out of Indianapolis, I think. Or out of Indy.
Okay. But that's WTHR. That's the same thing that people keep saying.
Okay, that's what I
video
wondered.
is it though? We don't know what video. We already tried to look for it, and we don't. I'll see, but I don't know. There's a lot of videos.
Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to see.
What's the title? Let's see. We have directly to the killer, or
11/22 is the court hearing to release the entire info of his arrest.
yeah, where they're going to discuss if it could be unsealed. Yes. But it's not for sure that it's going to be, but it might be. I don't know though which one. I'm at WTHR.
Justin, do you know a title of the video that has more about the email or an email about the arrest?
Here's the one that says set for 20 million. I guess we could watch that instead of read the article if you want. Huh?
Oh, I just said I was going to mute because Piper was barking.
Okay. All right. I know we already watched this. We'll do something else. But here's the, if you guys want to watch it, I uploaded a video. Wait, did I upload a video? Oh yeah, this is a video that I made. Yeah, there's a pre-recorded where this is the video. This is just in my editor. I uploaded it. So yeah, why am I even playing this? Hold on. Let's watch some other stuff. Because if you guys want to watch that, you could watch it. It's like, actually, let me add that to my Delphi playlist. So if somebody looks, hold on guys, 1 second. Okay. Oh, no. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. Videos. So that'll be this one. So I want to get it added real quick and then we'll watch the bail thing and then okay. There we go. All right. They're added to the playlist. So if you guys want to watch it, I did a voice comparison and then the overlays. If you guys ever want to watch it. Okay. So let's do, wait, that one didn't save. All right. Let's watch this video real quick about the bail since Adam was asking about it.
Earlier this week, state police announced 50-year-old Richard Allen is in jail. He's accused of killing Abby Williams and Libby German back in 2017. But the Carroll County prosecutor asked a judge to seal all the records in the case, even though those records are supposed to be available to the public. Now, 13 News has been fighting to find out how and why details of the crime are being kept secret.
And that has led to the court releasing even more information. Tonight, our senior investigative reporter Bob Siegel joins us with some new details. Bob.
13 Investigates appealed to the judge, the prosecutor, and to state court administrators answers. Just hours after we sent those emails, the court decided to publicly release more information about the arrest of.
This is the one we watched. We just watched this, right? Oh, well then you didn't remember this. This is called They Set Bail for 20 million. So okay. I was like, wait a minute, this looks familiar. Okay, let me see what articles. I saved some links that I wanted to go over, and then let's see what they are. All right, why is that not linking? There we go. Yeah, here we go. Let's see this. This is Kelsey German's Libby's sister on new murder charges. Let's see. I think it's an interview. I haven't got to read it yet, but let's see. Oh. Let's see what she says. Okay. Oh, I got to subscribe. Oh, come on. Let me read first. Okay. So I think all of us thought we would be jumping with joy. Kelsey,
it's Substack. Sorry.
So Kelsey is Libby's sister, guys. She's the one that actually dropped him off at the bridge that day. Kelsey German was positioned herself in the past 5.5 years to be the lead advocate for keeping the story of her sister Libby German and her friend Abby Williams alive. On Monday, after Indiana State Police investigators announced murder charges against Richard Allen, a 50-year-old Delphi man, in the 2017 deaths of Abby and Libby, Kelsey German said she was still trying to get her head around who Allen was and what was coming next. It's been a crazy day for sure, German said. This is Kelsey with her husband, Caleb, talks Monday about news of an arrest and charges against Richard Allen and the murders of Libby and Abby. So a sealed probable cause leaves open leaves open why investigators believe Allen, once an employee at Delphi's CVS store, was tied to the murders along with the town's. Let me take a sip of my coffee real quick. I forgot I had it. Okay. Was tied to the murders along the town's High Bridge Trail. And Carroll County prosecutor Nick McClellan call for the additional tips about Allen or anyone else leaves the case very much open. With the backdrop, German met Monday afternoon to talk it through. Okay, so wait. Question. Investigators gave you and the rest of the families a preview in a back room of what they were going to say in the news conference. Did you learn more or something different than what you heard in the church sanctuary with everyone else? Not really. Basically, just a rundown of everything that was going to happen. We've grown a connection with these people. We're all living in this moment. And I think it's a relief for all of us in some ways, but they know that we have a lot more work to do. They just reiterated that for us and they reiterated that for us and made sure that we knew every step of the way they're here for us. There's a lot of things we need to protect going into the trial. So the less we know, the better. As much as we want to know absolutely everything, we don't need to at this point. It'll just ensure that we're doing everything properly. There were questions about investigators not really. Oh, I should have you ask the questions. So will you ask them or no?
Yeah, you want me to read the question? Yep. Okay. There were questions about investigators not releasing more about the suspect and asking the court to seal the probable cause affidavit. That doesn't bother you?
Obviously, we know a little bit more. Those other things, I'm okay not knowing. Just because I do all of these interviews, and I don't want there ever to be a chance where I say something that gives the defense attorney a reason to question me or create any sense of doubt. We want to make sure that this goes forward, so we have an answer at the end of the day. Sorry.
Given that there was so much information floating out there since Friday, did you learn anything today, or was it all confirmation of what you knew?
It was all confirmation.
Welcome, Maurice.
I just wanted to read. Oh, that's nothing new. Okay. Okay.
Tiny.
Go ahead. Oh, thank you, Maurice. Australia, thank you for joining. Much appreciated. Welcome, welcome. Okay. Go ahead.
About Richard Allen, do you know him at all? Have you ever run into him in any way?
I'm sure there were times where I was in the CVS and he was there. As much as I've always said, I'm watching every single person around me. I don't think I ever looked at him and thought he was the guy or even really paid attention to what he looked like. Maybe even when I say I'm looking at the people around me, I'm still not looking hard enough. I had no idea who he was. I had no idea he existed until Friday. Oh, sorry.
It's okay. Have you learned anything else on your own about him? Have people checked in with you saying they know this or that about him?
I probably can't comment too much on that. I've been doing nonstop research for the last few days, but I don't want to give my opinions or really thoughts about him.
What do you want to say to him? Or have you thought that far ahead yet?
No, in the past, I had written him letters of all the things that I wanted to say. And throughout different phases of grief, they've always changed. And right now, I don't quite know where I am with that. But I know someday I'm going to say something to him, hopefully in the form of a victim impact statement at the end of the trial. I don't know what these words are going to be. I don't know what those words are going to be, but I'm looking forward to figuring that out.
Your grandma mentioned to reporters today that she didn't feel the way she thought she would. She talked about thinking she would be shouting this from the rooftops. Instead, it was way more reserved today. How did that go for you?
That's pretty accurate to our whole family, I would say. I think all of us, even law enforcement, thought we would be jumping with joy and so excited for them to share with us that information and for us to have an answer. But I don't think we will get back there until this is completely over. So we weren't elated. We weren't jumping with joy and excited. It reopened old wounds. It made us have to go back to that day and remember different things that happened. And it's just a reminder of what happened that day. So it wasn't exciting. Although it makes you have a little bit of more peace and relief, we shouldn't have to be here and we shouldn't have to be going through this. So it's definitely hard. as glad as we are that this day is here, it's a hard thing to get through. Also, she put, wait, we have so much more work to do, but the world felt a little safer today. Aw. All right.
Do you feel your role is going to change from the role you've taken on in the past 5+ years?
I don't know yet, but I will always be out there sharing our girls' story and continuing to make sure people know that they're at the forefront and that they will be the ones that are on my page every day, not this monster that we have a face for now. He doesn't deserve that. I will be out there making sure that people know that the girls are still real people and that they still deserve their story told every day. That would be my job.
That's sweet. Do you have any kind of message you want to get out as your social media feed goes nuts right about now?
Absolutely. As I say, just always have faith. Our guys know what they're doing. They're doing all of the hard work. Just keep turning tips in. They're going to keep going through them. Whether you think it's important or not, it might be important to them. We're going to get to the end of this at some point, and we're going to be tremendously grateful for any help we can get in getting there. All right.
I love Substack.
What?
I love that's what that was.
Oh, okay.
I want like follow like a lady who reported on the Depp trial.
Okay. Cool. Okay, so let's see what other links, because I had 3 links that I wanted to maybe go over.
Oh, okay, Dustin.
How's chat doing?
I'm gonna write that down.
What?
He said you picked the wrong video, but I didn't want to like annoy you by saying so. And then he just said you can email the court to the email that was released. The more info here, I'll just click it. And I wrote down his case number and stuff. You probably already have that though.
Yeah, the case number, but Autumn, you can email the Carroll County Court to email that was released to more info. Okay, yeah, I will do that. I wasn't even because I didn't think there was anything to get. But now that we know, I mean, I guess,
Right.
but I'm still not convinced. I feel like we did see the video. Remember, it showed everything that was released from the other person. Is that what we're talking about? And the probable cause affidavit is what we really want, and we have all the like little general stuff. But I mean, I'll email them, see, so at least I have my thing in for when it does get unsealed. But I don't think it's gonna. I think we have all that stuff. It's just like, is that what we're talking about? Or are we
Yeah,
talking
I think
about the other thing, the pictures?
yeah. And then the other video, I can't say which because I don't know which video he's talking about. You know what I mean?
And then I have written down after we go through these articles that Fox 59 firsthand knowledge that Richard came out as a witness. So we got to figure out where. Oh, I'm on Fox 59. Whoa. Well, we'll check it out after this. I didn't even realize that that's what this was. Okay. This is the one, Delphi murder
Wait,
suspect
what?
held with no bond, but it's okay. So let's see if it gives the details.
No, Courtney, will you send that to Zav's email, please? Did you get that? We've been waiting for that. I'm going to put the email in the chat. Did anyone send you the link yet of him outside the house?
No.
Yeah.
I still have not gotten one single email. I wonder if there's something wrong with my emails. Not, I mean, about the Delphi. I have some emails, but
There's an ad. Or wait, oh, that's the video, huh? It's just small for some reason.
no, I'm not. I was just gonna read this. Okay, hold on. Oh wait, I forgot I
It said,
shared.
why are the court documents still sealed in the? I didn't remember watching that one.
Okay, let's see.
Thank you, Courtney.
Says the man accused of killing Abby is being held on 2 counts of felony murder without bond. Previously, court records showed $20 million bond had been issued, but both the sheriff's department and Carroll County prosecutor report there is no bond. No answer has been given at this time to why bond was listed. Okay. So I don't know. Let's see. Under a rare court-ordered seal. It's Monday. So here we go. According to state statute, the charge of felony murder alleges a defendant kills another human being while committing or attempting to commit is exactly what we were going over. Arson, burglary, CM, consumer product tampering. So this is, yeah, this is what we were trying to figure out. I wonder which one it's going to be. But a lot of you guys just think it's the kidnapping, huh? I don't know. Maybe. So yeah, the trial set for March, pre-trial conference is January, and then the 22nd this month is going to be about the unsealing, if they're going to unseal it. Yeah, right here, probable cause. Hopefully they'll do it. I have a feeling they might. Well, what do you think? Do you think they'll unseal it?
Sorry, I was responding in the chat, and no, not right
No.
away.
Okay.
Especially because if it's just in March, that's like, because even you pointed out how little time that was to prepare, and if they already feel this way, and hearing the judge feels that way, no.
But why did the judge say like all that? I don't, from that video that we watched about the judge talking about like how they like need help, and basically they don't have very much, like the person answering the
Yeah.
phones has no law experience, and they just
And the
look
Baylor
very
had just started, everything pretty much.
yeah, so it looks like, I feel like that's why, like it's almost like, is he scared? Like, I don't know. I guess we'll see. I hope they do, but yeah, maybe they won't. All right, let's do.
Can you
So
imagine
okay,
being in charge of that case? It would be so stressful. Thank you,
yeah,
Courtney. She sent it to your email.
I know. I keep checking; it's not there yet. But all right.
Jeez, oh please.
Something. What if something's wrong with my email or something?
Let me see if it comes up on my phone.
Okay. So despite circulation, not
Actually, I
confirming.
usually check it on my laptop. Let's see.
I don't see the thing that you guys are saying, that firsthand knowledge of that Richard came out. Is it there?
Hang on, I had to go back to Safari because it's where I have your stuff saved, so it automatically comes up without me having to enter it. And here we go. Loading. Okay. Yep, here it is.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Do you want me to put it in the private chat?
No, I got it. Wow, cool. Okay, let's see.
There you go. Oops. Okay.
Thank you. I think you're just like had the special touch. Oh, this is the one. Wait, this is the one I skimmed through because they said that the pictures were in this one. But what if I missed it? Yeah, okay. I have this actually downloaded, this video. So let me pull it up. All right. It's the HLN. So this is about the other thing, I think, Autumn.
This is interesting too. If he was arrested at 12 p.m. at work on 11/28, the info in email says, and that portion of the video was used to compare him to the suspect. I'm going to confuse you with that.
Say that again. What? I wasn't following that.
Okay, he was arrested at 12 p.m. at work, 11/28. The info and email says, and that portion of the video was used to compare him to the suspect. That portion of the video. Okay, a bridge guy, I think. That's the only portion of any video that we have been given.
I'm not following I'm not following again.
It's okay. Go ahead. Play with that video.
Girls Killer. Okay, hold on. Teen Girls Killer. Yep, I have it right here. I had it downloaded. It was one of the ones I wanted to play today, actually, to be honest. All right. I have a lot more I wanted to play, but I don't know if you guys are bored with these videos. That's why I didn't know how many to play. All right, video. Because I didn't have enough time to really dig into like other stuff yet, which I want to. But I figured if we go through like a bunch of like, there's pretty good things in all these videos.
The timestamp's about 34 minutes.
Oh, we don't. Okay, so we're not going to watch the whole thing. But what is that 34 minutes? I don't know.
Maybe the picture. She didn't say.
Okay, hold on. Is this the right one? Yeah.
Oh,
Thanks to literally hundreds of media outlets that have been steadfast in reporting and keeping the memories of Abby and Libby front and center. Many of you in the room have developed relationships with me personally, and you know I always have a personal perspective, and today's no different. But from a very personal perspective, you all have provided inspiration and support, even while oftentimes frustrated with us and me. You continue to encourage the efforts, and you too believe that one day we would all be here participating and sharing this news. To the entire law enforcement community, which includes all local, state, and federal agencies, which are far too many to specifically mention today, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Certainly a stunning news conference. What was said and what was left out. We're going to break down today's major developments and many questions with our expert panel. But first, I do want to bring in Mike and Becky Patty, Libby's grandparents, who I've been lucky enough to have gotten to know through the years. It's good to see both of you. Becky, I'll start with you. We've discussed many times on maybe what this day would be like for you. What did it feel like, and was it different than what you thought?
Oh, much different. I've always told people that when we were told that they'd hear me yelling from the rooftops, and when they told us, it was really just kind of like, reality was much different than what I totally expected.
Almost, Becky, like from what you've described through the years, we've been on panels together, you've handed out flyers, you've said we have to find this person. So this is moving on to, I guess, a new chapter, Becky.
Yes, yes. I got up the next morning and got my coffee and got ready to post my today is the day, and realized that well, I don't have to do this anymore. So I think that's when some of reality set in, and I'm thinking, now what do I do? What is my purpose? We're finding our feet there, figuring out what it is we have to do, and I guess we're preparing for the next path we have to go down.
And Mike, you've said throughout the years, look, I don't want to get my hopes up too much in terms of certain names, persons of interest, if you will, that have been tossed around. So when you heard this, was your thought, okay, I'm not going to jump to conclusions here until I hear it?
Yeah, we definitely didn't jump to any conclusions, but I think the reality of it, like I said, is still setting in with us, and more importantly, trying to figure out what our path forward is. I mean, and that is the prosecution of the case. And so what role do we play there? We're still big advocates, you know, in helping the investigative team out there and driving in information, because we want to make sure that if there's anything that's out there that law enforcement doesn't know about, we want them to know about it. And especially with this arrest and this person being charged with this, if there's people out there that have anything that's ties to this with this new information and a new person, you know, there's a face with the bridge guy now and a name with the bridge guy, to please call that information in, because this could definitely jar some memories from other people who may have had interactions with him.
And as you both have heard with the prosecutor, McClellan, he has said through the years, look, what we think and what we know are two different things. And we not only have to make an arrest, we do want to make sure the person who's responsible for this does go away for a long period of time, meaning a guilty verdict. And Mike and Becky, I've seen the both of you. We've been on panels together. Just the hope you bring to other people who have gone through maybe a crime, an unsolved crime.
I kind of want to watch this all, but let's stop and talk about it a little bit. Do you guys want to watch it? It kind of, or what do you think, Otto? You're muted.
Yeah, I've been enjoying listening to it. I was like into it.
Yeah, okay.
But I know
let's
we have
stop
to
it a
probably,
little bit.
I was going to say pause a little bit, yeah.
Man, Lo, you could see everything that Becky's been through,
grandma.
like, on her face, like,
Yeah.
it's just, like, and his, but, like, didn't she go through cancer and stuff? Like, didn't she have cancer and went through that? Tell me if I'm remembering that right with Becky. Didn't she have cancer
The
afterwards
chat might be
sometimes?
able to answer that better.
I might be, remembering
Because
something else,
he
but
looks like less aged, not to be disrespectful, but he looks younger than her, in my opinion.
yeah, but it might be because I just wanna see
Sometimes
what
guys age better, though. I know, I'm waiting. Does
yeah,
anybody know if
yeah.
that woman
Nobody's
had gone
answered
through?
yet.
Yeah,
Huh, why do I think maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. Yes, she did.
somebody.
Okay, does
Yeah,
every okay, okay. That's what I was thinking. So that could age you too, but like probably in the stress of this because Libby lived with them. So like that was that was like probably like their daughter, like even them being like her being their granddaughter, but like when you're raising your granddaughter, it's like your kid. It's even a closer
hmm
connection. So
for sure.
all right, so let's thanks, Tyler. All right, we'll finish. So we are gonna have to like stop it. It's just the rule, fair use. You
Fair
just have to do
use.
it. Plus, I like actually, giving our thoughts as we talk or as we watch it. So
I
if
agree,
you don't like
CSI.
it, then oh well. All right, I'm gonna.
Yeah.
And just what you've been able to do together in moving forward. And you've always kept Abby and Libby's memory alive. And I know this so well, and I've said to you before, Becky, this is so much more than a case. It's two young girls. And Becky, you said this year was difficult. Every year, of course, is. But the milestones, Becky, graduating from high school, I remember you telling me about a parking spot that she was unable to get. So the wounds are deep and it's ongoing, right?
Oh, most certainly. You feel it, you live it every day. Kelsey's wedding, every event, vacations. She may not be here physically, but we take her with us. We take her with us everywhere we go and whatever we do. A lot of what we do, a lot of our vacations is based around on honoring Libby.
And Mike, when you were at the press conference, I know you were briefed beforehand. What were your thoughts going through? I know that you've been great with law enforcement, always backing them and them backing you, and they thanked you immensely for this. And they said, look, the tip line's still open, and that means that, look, this is not case closed, right, Mike?
You are correct. It's not. We want to make sure that we have, look under every rock and check every lead, any information that's out there. I've said this, the police don't know what they don't know. And I'm asking for, again, the public's help, and let's just keep the pressure on this. Keep their foot on the accelerator. Let's drive this all the way to a closure. I mean, we got another hill to climb in front of us. We made it to the top of one. Now we got another one in front of us, and we're here. We're not going anywhere. We're gonna make it to the top of the next hill as well.
And Becky, how is Tara doing and Anna doing? And I'm sure you lean on each other.
Yes, we all went in. We waited. We went in together. We try to do it as a united front because that's what we are. In the end, we're all a united front. We're all in this together. We're all after.
What's kind of weird is they didn't ask about their son, which is Libby's dad. They just asked about Abby and Libby's mom.
Absent.
Yeah, but he was like a drug addict. And
That's
so was
probably
she
why.
though. No, but I mean, so was she.
Right, but wouldn't they ask her parents rather than them, or?
No, these are his parents.
Right, so why would the reporter ask about her? I mean, they could answer, but I feel like it'd be more
They
appropriate to
didn't
ask
ask
her
about
parents.
her. They asked
Right.
about. They didn't ask about their son. They asked about their daughter-in-law and
Oh,
Abby's
that's
mom.
weird. I
They
missed
said
that part. Okay.
they said Tara and Anna, so they didn't ask. That's what I'm saying. That's weird because they
Huh.
should have.
Maybe he's gone, and the reporter discussed it with them before.
Oh, okay.
No, maybe.
No, I mean, I don't know. I mean, like Libby, like I know Libby's dad got a lot of people like at once thought he was involved or like something like that he owed because he like stole like what was it? Like he stole this equipment or whatever, like thousands of dollars, I guess, for meth or something. And like so like what if he owed somebody something? Did he have like I think he owed like a bunch of people money and stuff. So like what if it was like a what do you call that? Like where they took her to try to collect the debt or just show like, hey, listen,
collateral.
Collateral. Thank you. I couldn't
Yeah.
think of the word, but I don't think that's the case. But there was a lot of theories like that. And then like supposedly like somebody said in chat like he snitched on people, and then that all goes into the theory that Matt had one time about Fouts and then him snitching, and then I don't know. It's a really like elaborate theory about it has to do with him snitching. And it has to do with the judge and everything. It included their son and everything. It was crazy. But a lot of that stuff is true. Like, but it just didn't. I don't think it links back to the murder, though, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. Let's see. She's been through my heart. I don't think life gave on. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. It was weird that the reporter just asked about the two moms, where they're the dad's parents, right? You know? Am I wait, am I yeah, this is the dad's parents, right? So
yeah.
No, Libby's dad still lives in Delphi and he snitched on a lot. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's maybe you misunderstood me. I said that stuff, the stuff is true,
but it just doesn't link to
the whole murders. I don't know. That's just speculation. But like all the little facts that are involved, like, yeah, that all the stuff's true. But I don't think it's linked. Like, I don't think it has anything to do with the murders, especially now that they arrested
Well,
Richard.
unless somebody wanted revenge that he snitched, you
maybe,
know?
but I mean, they just arrested Richard. Is he connected to some kind of drug? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. But
yeah, then you see that statue, you know?
Wait, what? Statue?
Yeah, remember the statue under the trafficking was the first one, and then under that was like
statue. When you said statue, I was thinking like a statue. It's like, what are you talking about? Wow, I didn't was I'm sorry. My brain's a little
statue.
Yeah. But I don't
I
for some
should
reason
say.
I'm not thinking it's the drug ones, but I guess it could.
Right. I didn't think so either.
It could. I guess we don't know, but I guess we'll find out.
Oh, he did have dealings with Alan, which is on Libby's record.
Wait. Really? What do you mean on Libby's record? What record is every?
Could it be like a CPS record?
Oh no.
Statue. Yep. Thank you.
I don't know.
That's what I was thinking, Blake Dudley. Oh, this is a nice comment from Clifton Hart.
Oh, thanks, Clifton Hart. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Her sister Kelsey has been on a ton of. I know Kelsey actually was supposed to be on my channel last year. She backed out at the last day, like the day of that we were supposed to do it, and she had it was something that supposedly came up. I don't know. Like I had a feeling that it was because the video I did. Like I don't know. I didn't realize like those leaked text video. I got a crap from like a couple channels about that I shouldn't have made that video, which I didn't know. Like I just thought when I found those, I was like, oh my God, I have been like studying this case for years and I never seen those. So I did the video and I got so much crap for doing that video. And so I was thinking like it was right around that time she was supposed to come on and she backed out that day. And I was like, oh my God, is it because I did that video? But I didn't, if I would have known ahead of time that like I shouldn't have done it. I don't know. I didn't realize
I thought that was an
like,
interesting video though.
I did too, but everybody said it was like very disrespectful. I shouldn't have like did it, but I'm like,
because
I got a lot of crap. It actually made it in an article though, like somebody wrote an article and like linked it in there. I forget what news did. I forget now what it was, but yeah. And so like there was like a lot of people that were okay with it, but it was the regular like diehard Delphi creators that like were like that's what they do all the time. Like their channel is like mostly all Delphi. And then there's one that I'm sure you're aware of that hates me. He was the biggest one that attacked me. But he was he was the main one that really came at me. But there was other creators. That
What do
other
you even
one,
think about that dude?
I'll tell you later. The other one that really covered it. He's a smaller channel, but he only covered it, and then I think he stopped. But a lot of the creators.
The one I've been thinking about.
And the
Is
one,
it just a name?
No, it's not him
Okay,
because he
all
didn't do
right.
that. And then the one freaking creator who was so awesome that reached out. Do you know who True Crime Jesus is?
That's
Love
what.
that
That's
guy.
I love that channel.
I love him.
He
And
makes
he was
amazing
like,
videos.
yeah, because the reason, like, okay, so when I started covering
Is
it,
he
like,
ex law enforcement? I thought he had to
I
be.
don't know, but he
Oh.
makes like he has like very interesting, like off the wall theories, like, but like interesting, like he's the one
And
that brought like
amazing music
the
and stuff.
McCain, like some of the McCain theories and stuff. Yeah, he's really cool. But he was so cool, like he was like so welcoming because like Delphi is like very cliquey, that community, like the creators that cover Delphi, they're like really cliquey, and they're like, so when I covered it, I got like attacked, like people hated me.
Okay.
And he was like one of the ones that really, and then Matt didn't start covering it till after.
But he was cool.
But True Crime Jesus, he was coming in
That's
supporting
awesome.
me. He was so
Okay.
awesome. But
I knew I liked that guy.
no, he's really cool. And then but yeah,
I
so
like
where was I going
binged
at?
all his videos one day. I was
I
like,
did
the
too. I
music's
did too one
amazing.
day. I did.
Everything's so good.
I know. I binged it too. What happened? Is Missy misbehaved in here? So I guess
He
somehow
was
like,
earlier.
his channel got hacked or something. So I don't think he's around anymore. Something happened with
Oh,
his
that
channel.
sucks.
Like somebody like hacked it, or so I think it's
That's
all
sketchy.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, you guys, I'll have to go see if it's back up, but he's awesome. If you guys run into him, he was such a cool, like welcoming guy when nobody else was.
That's
Everybody
cool.
else treated me like crap. Like the creators, they were so rude to me. Anyway, so and Matt Sullivan, I forget what his channel is called. But like I said, when I started, he didn't start his channel till way after. So like, but he's cool now.
Does
Like,
he wear
covers
headphones
it.
that light up or no? Okay.
Not that
I was
I've
thinking
ever
maybe
seen.
that's the dude, but I don't think so.
But he covers it now, like he covered it after I did. But he's really good. Like he had some really good details. He was originally from Canada, but then he moved. He moved in like with his girlfriend, and he moved to.
Is he young with short brown hair?
No, he's like bald, like shaved
Okay,
head.
not the same guy at all. Okay.
Yeah. So, all right. All right, let's continue this here.
One thing.
And I know that you've been working tirelessly almost 6 years to get the word out and saying, look, it just takes 1 minute. I know that you've talked about Libby and the Post-it notes and saying, give me 1 minute, and that's what she always said. Have you felt her through these last couple of days? I guess the question is,
but I think you're
what have you been
taking
thinking
them.
about in
Yeah.
terms of Libby?
Well, I think that, I mean, I know Kelsey has, and I know Beck
What is
has.
that
We all
about?
have.
What is that?
And the
It's
fact
about
that,
you.
you know, that we kind of met this goal,
How do
right?
you know
The
it's
first
about
goal
me?
was,
What do you
was to
mean?
get
Because
somebody
that's the
arrested.
same guy
get
that said that really
get the
sweet comment
investigative team
prior.
enough information so they could make the arrest.
You understand?
Now we just have to.
He said like how he
drive the
always will
information
stay
in to
subscribed.
make that stick and get the prosecutor.
Because he
now.
knows your
We're
heart.
kind of switching
Just a
modes.
second
We
ago.
not only help law enforcement, but now we're going to make sure we help the prosecutor.
Okay.
But
So there was no
Sorry, you're
knowing
too
that-
late.
I think Libby
No, I'm
knows
just
now
kidding.
that we're
I
down
got my
here
eye on Julia.
working hard.
That's what I was gonna say, you're
looking down on
taking
us
now.
and knowing how hard that we've put a lot of effort, you know.
If that's
the last
true.
5.5 years into
Oh,
this.
wait, what? Wait, I don't know what one you had up.
But I don't know their politics
This one?
very much. Yeah.
And I feel that too. Mike and
She
Becky,
is.
thank you so much. It's just been such an honor to get to know you both, and I know the strength has to continue, and we're thinking about you constantly. Thank you. Still to come, Indiana State Police Superintendent Doug Carter reiterating many times this is still an active, ongoing investigation. We are not done stating that. He joins me after a quick break.
right, shoot. No, talk. I don't know if that music is gonna.
I don't think so.
I'm glad that justice will be served, hopefully, and that that's what the news is. But a part of me will always have died with them that day, and a part of me will never fully find peace and justice.
Nothing
We
will ever be
understand.
the same in Delphi, Indiana. Welcome back.
Oh,
we just
yeah,
heard
was
from
that
Mike
me?
and Becky
Clifton,
Patty,
thank you. I
the
didn't even thank you.
grandparents
That
of
was so
Libby, who have
sweet. Was I rude though? I just meant thank you though. That was a sweet comment. I just wanted to be honest. Autumn, what are you even doing? You are like in a
I'm
whole.
listening and then watching the chat. I can't help
Okay.
it. I'm
I feel
used
like
to
you're in like a
modding.
whole different world than I am. Like you're like
No.
no, you're
I just
fine because
I
that's
read
good.
like every comment
You help.
accidentally.
You're like strictly in the chat, and I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
know what I am. All right.
And I was looking at that Carter, and I just think he's like a really stand-up guy. Like he looked like very ready for the interview. It was cute.
Who?
Isn't that his name, Carter?
Oh, Doug? Yeah.
Yeah, he seems like a really good
about him.
dude.
He's unique. He's a unique guy.
Like
Okay.
he's serious as heck.
And working with law enforcement at the center of this investigation is Indiana State Police Superintendent Doug Carter. Superintendent, it is good to have you on. It's great to see you. I know you have worked with the family. You have worked tirelessly to get this solved. But you say it's not a day to celebrate
That's
just
what I
yet,
want to
even
know.
though
Is
someone
where
is
did
in
Ives
custody.
release it?
Yeah, Susan, I appreciate you taking the time to talk with me. And I would also like to recognize Becky and Mike and Kelsey and Anna. I heard part of that interview a little while ago, and I just love them dearly. And I'm so proud of them for the way in which they're handling this.
And you said that while you were driving in to make this announcement that everyone has been waiting for, someone in custody, that you felt a sense of peace come over you. When I heard that, I thought that's really profound.
I didn't expect that to happen. I didn't really know what I would feel, but quite frankly, I pulled in that parking lot and I saw news outlets from around the country. And I just thought to myself, my gosh, they've stuck with us for all these years. And I realized that today was a somber day, but today was a good day. Frankly, it was very peaceful.
And I was there at the press conference April 22nd, 2019, and you said we've changed direction. We believe that you're local. We believe that you've been hiding in plain sight. And it appears that you are right. I know you can't talk about particulars of the investigation, but wow, were you dead on there?
Well, again, I'll look forward to telling the country the story by presenting the facts to what we know versus what we think. And I say that all the time. And when one day I'll be able to talk about my personal feelings about that. But today's a good day for the city of Delphi and for the county and literally for the state and the nation. But I really hope that after today, people start healing just a bit, start trusting again, and not worrying about every single thing like they've done up to this point. That's been very hurtful to see that happen. That's for us to worry about, not for our citizens, but it's certainly something that we couldn't prevent.
And you have said over the past 5.5, almost 6 years, been on this, had said, look, we're watching you. We will get you in terms of who is responsible for this. Also, telling those out there, look, their social media. We know that you're interested. Don't post side by sides. I mean, this has gotten national, international attention, as you have mentioned.
It has, and it's been an extraordinary journey, quite frankly. And I think there's just a very small percentage of people that have tried to do this for a nefarious way, or maybe in a nefarious way for nefarious reasons, maybe for self-motivation or self-gratification, whatever that might be.
Mm-hmm.
But the vast majority of people that did that were trying to do the right thing. And I really do believe that. So it's been a partnership with so many different people, and lifelong relationships have been established.
And something that stood out to me that you did say at that presser is you believe that good outweighs evil. Do you still believe that?
I do. You know, very personally, before my dad died, he made me promise not to become cynical like him. And I was proud to report to him in 2018 that I'm not. And I'm still to this day, and I'm not. I really do believe after all these years in this business and seeing such horror and tragedy and the list goes on and on and on, that good always, always comes through evil. And today's an example of that.
And I was holding on to that. I still am, because when you see and you think about what Libby did, the bravery that you have spoken of, and hitting record on her cell phone, getting the voice guys down the hill, you've seen much more than the public is privy to. Also, that man, as we're looking at right now, his image and walking on the bridge, there was an outcry of, come on, get this guy. So you've been able to kind of keep us in the know, and also, right, as you mentioned, try to keep yourself above the fray and stay positive too. You're human, as we all know.
I am. It's really important. I've got a great seat on the bus, Susan, to watch such incredible people give of themselves for so many years. And I don't want anybody to think that this is all because of me. It's not even close to that. But I'm the luckiest guy in the world to be able to represent them. But what we can't do is, again, talk about what we think. We must talk about what we know. And now that charges have been filed against Alan, the days of us talking about what we have are over.
Right.
And everything changes now. But I don't blame people for being frustrated. I don't blame them for wanting to know answers to their questions. But every time I get those kinds of questions, I think of Mike and Becky and Kelsey and Anna and the community. And I'm not about to jeopardize the integrity of this by meeting a news cycle deadline or whatever that might be. But I want to maintain this partnership with our news outlets, and they have been wonderful. They really, really, really have.
Sounds easy to do, not to go with what you think, but what you know. It is a difficult task, as we have seen. Superintendent Doug Carter, thank you.
It's a pleasure. Good to be with you. Thanks.
I want to bring in now Paul Holes, former cold case investigator, host of HLN's Real Life Nightmare, behind the arrest of the Golden State Killer. Paul, you know, we've been on a panel together speaking with the family. You've met them. What were your thoughts when watching that presser?
Well, you know, obviously this is an amazing moment in this case. It's been a long time coming. I think, you know, kudos needs to go to Superintendent Carter, Indiana State Police, Carroll County Sheriff's Office for staying on top of it. You know, listening to Superintendent Carter, he obviously has a personal connection with the family, with Libby and Abby. So, you know, this, I completely understand the emotions he's going through. And, you know, I'm going to tell them, you know, this is, even though this is a good moment in the case, in many ways, it's just the beginning. I've experienced that with the Golden State Killer. The trial's coming up. There's going to be a lot of challenges for him, his staff, and the family moving forward.
Yeah, there is so many questions in terms of what led to this guy, what led to the arrest. Was your initial thought, this has got to be DNA?
No, not necessarily. You know, most certainly DNA is a possibility if they reassessed evidence and found DNA that maybe was undiscovered before. Then utilizing modern technology like genealogy could have led to this Allen. You know, he doesn't have any criminal history that would have him up in the FBI's CODIS system. So they would have had to either resort to genealogy or have public tips come in, and then they were able to compare the DNA directly to him. There may be a situation where public tips did come in and they went and confronted him. He made incriminating statements. Maybe he confessed. We don't know that at this point. There's also the possibility that maybe there was a reservoir of digital data that had been undiscovered. And going back to it, they go, oh, here's a guy that is in the location on the day at the time that the victims were there. So at this point, we just don't know. But there's multiple possibilities of how they could have come across Allen.
Yeah, we don't know because it is sealed at this point. Paul, a lot more to discuss. I know you're going to stick around. Coming up, the big question that came out of that press conference after the charges were announced. Is Richard Allen the killer? Did he work alone? What led, as I just discussed, to his arrest? We're going to talk about it and much more with our expert panel.
Is really important. While I know you are all expecting final details today concerning this arrest, today is not that day. Today is not that day. This investigation is far from complete, and we will not jeopardize its integrity by releasing or discussing documents or information before the appropriate time.
Family members, the community have been waiting for the day to come, hoping for an arrest in the double murder of 2 young girls in 2017. It has been an unanswered question for close to 6 years. Who killed Abby and Libby? As police announced murder charges for Delphi, Indiana resident Richard Allen, it seemed that day had come. But is this really it? Do police believe he is the killer? And if so, did he work alone? There are so many questions about Allen's arrest that remain unanswered. Police continue to ask for tips from the public, and they say more tips now. They're still coming in. Are they looking for someone else in this case? My panel is with me, expert panel. I want to start with former cold case investigator Paul Holes. Paul, do you think that they have their suspect, Richard Allen? Could he be the one and only person they're looking for, and they're keeping this open because, hey, they want to solidify what will happen in the trial?
Well, that's entirely possible. You have to consider that they developed probable cause for an arrest warrant that was reviewed by a prosecutor, reviewed by a judge. The prosecutor decided to charge, based on the information, 2 counts of murder on Allen. And the prosecutor is not looking at this as doesn't meet the standard of probable cause. The prosecutor is going, can I convince a jury of 12 that it is beyond reasonable doubt? Now, they're doing the right thing by holding back details on this case as they continue to flesh out this case. This case is so high profile, the last thing they want is media members going into the community with specific details on this case and starting to conduct interviews, and thereby contaminating a witness pool. Now, I know my assessment on this case, I believe there's a lone offender, but I can't eliminate the possibility that maybe there's an accessory, maybe there's a second person present, and that's part of what the ongoing investigation is about.
Now, I do want to go to HLN investigative producers, Barbara McDonald, Drew Iden. You both have followed this case, as have we, from the start. You were in the room today when they made that announcement. So what was your reaction when we finally heard, yes, someone is in custody? Not only are they in custody, they're from Delphi.
Yeah, come back. And Progressive Patriot, hi, I wanted to say hi
Susan,
to you.
I think one of the words that
You're
comes to
still
mind
here.
is relief. And I especially think that is
What was that,
a feeling that was palpable from the
train
folks
in
here
a
in
video?
town.
Or is that in your
And you know,
the
I think it's
video?
interesting because for 6 years, these folks in this town have been trying to prepare themselves for the knowledge that an arrest, A, was going to come, and B, could very well be someone local. And I still think that 6 years of preparing for that did not prepare them. And it's interesting to talk to folks around town. And so, you know, we talked to Cynthia Rossi, who, we've talked to her throughout the podcast.
Denise.
And Denise. And Denise's daughter, Cynthia, was friends with Abby and Libby. And she talked about kind of learning about this arrest. Here's what she had to say.
When I started to piece together who, and I saw his picture, and I had just talked to him a week before, I felt disgusted. I thought I was going to throw up. It was horrifying. And how close he lives to my house. All his neighbors that are good friends of mine. He was a dog sitter for one of my good friends. They had no idea. There's like a handful of stores in Delphi. He works at CVS. Everybody goes to CVS.
So, you know, you can hear the trauma in her voice, and I think that it's important to remember there was obviously a trauma associated with this crime, and now there's a trauma for the acceptance that there's an arrest. And so I think this town is really doing the best that they can to learn that they now are taking kind of a left turn, and this is moving into a new phase.
And Barb, what was it like being in the room there in the aftermath of what you heard?
Susan, you know, one of the things I noticed was that this press conference was not a celebration, even though they're announcing an arrest, something that people have been waiting for. Superintendent Carter said himself during the press conference, this is not a day to celebrate. I kind of expected more fanfare at this when we got to this point, and it wasn't there, but I do understand they need to be very cautious. They need to be very measured with their words, because we are entering another phase of this that's just as important as the first. Now they have to prove their case.
And you both bring up excellent points in terms of what they thought they would feel and how they actually feel there. And it's just such a shift. I want to bring in Steve Moore, law enforcement analyst. Steve, all the information that led to this arrest, it is sealed. Were you surprised by that?
Not at all. I mean, that's the one thing you would want to do immediately when you have a case that has so much specific evidence. There's a concept called culpable knowledge, and culpable knowledge means that there is information that is known only to the killer and the police. Say, in this case, hypothetically, he was eating a candy bar at some point and dropped a wrapper on the ground, say a Milky Way bar. Only the killer and the police would know that. So if you brought out the entire set of warrants, if you brought out all the information and told everybody this, you could not use his knowledge that the candy bar wrapper was there and that it was a Milky Way, absent it being published in the Indianapolis Star or something. That's information that only he has. And that becomes very powerful information in court.
Steve, what's the strategy of announcing this on Friday and then waiting until Monday to make the announcement?
That is, I've seen people put people in on Friday just to get them off the street before a Monday arraignment. But why they didn't, I think basically you want your ducks in a row before you make statements to the press. And they probably wanted him off the street sooner. Obviously wanted him off the street sooner than later. So you put him in, and then you spend the weekend deciding, what are we going to keep sealed? What are we going to tell people? Plus, you have probably a lot of family members to discuss, to communicate with, and to notify. You don't want them finding out from a press conference that their niece or their nephew or their aunt is the one. That's right. You don't want to find out that way.
Right. There's so much to consider, considering all of the attention. So much to talk about with this expert panel. More after the break.
Oh, shoot. Hold on. Oh.
Well,
where's Autumn at? Autumn? Is she gone?
I'm here. Sorry.
What do you think of this so far? Wait, were you been watching or you been leaving? You look all serious.
I've been listening.
Oh,
sorry,
okay.
I was talking to my mom.
No, it's fine.
And I checked the baby sleeping in the guest bedroom.
Aww.
I'm just gonna chill.
I'm getting hungry.
I know I'm getting tired. I was gonna say I'm getting tired.
I'm getting tired and hungry.
Look at your
But I feel like I might just go to bed instead of eat,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm starting to feel like,
oh Jesus, I think I need to put that sweatshirt back on. Thanks, Ellie.
I wish I was cold. I'm freaking hot, so much.
That's how I was at the beginning.
Yeah. But I feel like, did we even get to the point where, oh no, we didn't even get to the timestamps of what we were looking for. I don't even remember what the whole point originally, what we were going to look for on this. It was at 34 or something.
Oh, photos of them sitting outside the house during the search.
So this is supposed to be, okay, so we got to finish it and then we'll end it. Okay, so we have, it's not that much more, right? Can you
look at it? Yeah.
Okay. Let me see if I got any emails. No, just that one HLN.
Juliet, does Juliet know where I'm at? Or does she really think I could be in Minnesota?
No, she knows you're in Ohio.
Oh, okay. I was like,
wait, why? What do you mean?
Oh, because she said it's cold because you're in Minnesota, and now somebody else said Minnesota is cold. It's still crazy that the only person that I know from Minnesota is the girlfriend of Dave. Isn't that crazy? Well, I knew her. I don't still
What
talk to her or
girlfriend? Who's
anything.
what?
Oh, Jesus.
The
Dave's
girlfriend of
girlfriend.
Dave. Who's
Yeah,
Dave?
his fiance, but you said he had single on his
Who's
Facebook.
Dave?
Sunland.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm like, I thought it was somebody involved, like in the channel, because I was like thinking true
No.
crime. Oh, yeah, you told me that
Oh,
already. That she okay, yeah. Are they still together?
ooh, look at that. I don't know. That's what was confusing when you looked at his Facebook. I figured they'd be married by now.
I don't
I
know.
always wondered what weather would be like in the UK. Oh, Christiane said that it's at the 43-minute mark, they
Okay.
think.
Well, we're just gonna watch it, so we'll get to the point, right?
Oh, yeah. Let me check it. Okay. Check and see if you got an email from that Dustin. You can press
No.
play. Okay, I'll check my email real quick.
So did they send it to your email?
Yeah, I remember. I
No.
don't know if you saw the private chat or not.
Oh no, hold on.
All right, go ahead. Roll that beautiful bean footage or whatever
Roll
they
that
say.
beautiful main footage. Okay, hold on a second. You're like, hurry up. We gotta.
No, you're okay.
Oh, I see what you said. Okay. All right.
Old Abby and Libby, two teenage girls from Delphi, Indiana. Want to bring in our panel of experts. Want to get to Joey Jackson, attorney, HLN legal analyst. Joey, we keep hearing protecting the integrity of the investigation.
And the right
So
looks
the
like
probable
Keegan.
cause document, that is sealed. Is that
It
common?
does.
Yeah, Susan, good evening to you. The bottom line here is that you want to seal that document because there's sensitive information and you don't want to impair the investigation. It's not common in as much as we see in a generalized prosecution, which lacks this public interest and is not unique like this one is. Generally, someone gets arrested, a probable cause document is provided, and we would all know and be able to examine and evaluate the evidence that's there. Just backing up briefly, probable cause is an important, I think, know, because we all wanted to know at the press conference today, Susan, what is the information specifically? You took items from the house. What specific items were there? What evidentiary value do they have? Is there forensic analysis or other things? We don't know that, but I get and understand why they did it very briefly. Why? Because you don't want to impair the rights of the defendant also. You can't condemn him. At this point, yes, he's arrested, but there's a far cry from an arrest to an actual conviction. That information will ultimately be challenged by defense attorneys. If it holds up, he'll be convicted by a jury. If it doesn't, that's another matter.
Yeah, excellent point, Casey Jordan, attorney, criminologist, HLN contributor. When you hear about the arrest, Richard Allen, and you think about it, 50 years old now, if he is guilty, mid-40s at the time, does someone just decide one day to do this brutal attack, brutal murder of two young girls? Could he have done something like this in the past? Will they look into it?
Oh, they're definitely looking into it. Now, let's just kind of regroup because there is so much that we don't know. But let's assume that the murderer did not really plan it. He probably had a very rich fantasy life and had been thinking about doing terrible things like this to young girls for quite a while. But on that day, in broad daylight, in a public setting, this would have been an act of impulsivity, most likely. And afterwards, I've interviewed many killers who say in the days afterwards, they are full of panic. They're convinced everyone's going to know. They're expecting the police to come around the corner at any time and arrest them. But when that doesn't happen, they calm down and then they just play the routine role. Now, if he moved out of town, what would he tell his wife? If he quit his good job at CVS, how would that look to the neighbors, the people that he's dog sitting for? His best routine was to act like nothing was going on, keep the job, keep the house, keep the wife, don't do anything radical. And it worked for him for 5 years. So like everybody else, I'm really interested in knowing what exact evidence they have that led to this arrest, because he has been hiding in plain sight the entire time.
Exactly. The FBI, Casey, posted a flyer asking for the public's help, posted it in many locations, including the CVS store where Richard Allen worked day in and day out, saw it all the time. He is, of course, presumed innocent. But what are your thoughts on the fact that he stayed there in Delphi, as you mentioned?
Well, think about what would have happened if he went into the pharmacy to work and he saw the poster that the FBI had put up, I think on the door. I think it was probably posted right over his shoulder in the pharmacy area. What would you think if your coworker is taking that down, especially given how the community has really, really rallied around this investigation? I mean, how would that look if you take the flyer down? If you say, hey, I want to transfer to a CVS in a whole different state. Mostly the fact that we know he lives in that house with his wife. What do you tell your spouse about why you suddenly want to up and leave, why you're taking flyers down? That would be consciousness of guilt. So it had to be unnerving for him to have those flyers all around with a sketch that looks almost exactly like him. But all he had to do was play it cool, lay low, just go through his regular routine. Don't take flyers down. And again, he wasn't on anyone's radar that I know of other than the police.
Absolutely not. Very brazen. Jen Casares, HLN correspondent. So let's say, goes to the next stage, as we heard from Superintendent Doug Carter, that we are going into that stage. And considering the jury pool, Delphi being less than 3,000 people. And also I want to discuss murder in terms of first degree, second degree. There's just murder in the state of Indiana. Loaded question. But first, are you able to find a jury when it goes to trial?
You know, I think that's an important question, and I think that may be one reason why they did the extraordinary thing, I believe, in sealing the charging document. The probable cause affidavit, it is routinely sealed because it has so much information in it. The charging document, and of course maybe Indiana is different, but it's normally the name, date of birth, and the statute of the crime that they are being charged with. You don't get a lot of information usually in this, but they, I am sure, want this case tried in Delphi. This is their case, their community. They don't.
Did you get anything? I still haven't got anything. What was it supposed to be?
It's actually like some really interesting. That's why I just asked if he wrote that or but
Wait,
he wrote
what is
most of it.
it?
I got it. Do you want me to send it?
Yeah, but
forward
what
to
is
you?
it? What's it about? I'm so confused because there's so many different things. People are like, this is that. So I don't know which one we're talking about. What is it?
It starts off with a quote by the former chief prosecutor on the Delphi double homicide case, Robert Ives, and it's really interesting. The quote, it says,
Okay.
what happens is that when you are digging as hard as we were digging, what happens is you find some people who have committed some crimes, you understand, but they aren't necessarily related to this crime in any way. And so you may go do a search warrant and you might even be hopeful that you would find some evidence relating to this crime, but really your probable cause relates to something else altogether. Isn't that crazy? That's why I was going to send it to you and
Well,
see.
wait,
And then,
this isn't a court doc. This is just somebody writing, right? It's not no document. I'm confused.
no,
Where is
that's
this
a
coming
quote by
from?
the former chief
What?
prosecutor on the Delphi double homicide,
So
Robert
what?
Ives.
Like an interview? Like he
Must
quote?
be. Let me see if he answered.
Whoa,
Oh, he
that's
said Ives wrote everything I sent you. Okay.
whoa.
It's really interesting information. That's why I was reading it just now, but it's long, so I didn't know if you wanted to start but I'm going to send it to you right now.
Okay.
It's super. There's some
I
stuff in here
mean,
I never heard,
maybe
which
we'll
doesn't
skip
say a lot.
through to where these pictures are. What's the timestamp? Let's see.
43, someone said.
All right, so this is 30. Wow, are you sure? 43. I think it's going to
I
be
know
over by
someone said
40.
34 and then someone said 43.
Going to be served, I hope.
Why does that girl look familiar? Who was that?
I don't know.
Who was that lady? She looked
Might say
familiar.
it
How do I
back
know
a little
her?
bit further.
Why do I know her? Hold on.
This guy, it just breaks my heart. So many families are affected by this.
Mr. Miranda.
And I
Looks
feel bad for
familiar to
his
me.
family and his friends, but I'm glad justice is going to be served. I
Oh,
hope.
here, let me send you this.
Getting input from the town of Delphi, Indiana, less than 3,000 residents hoping for this day. Investigators were outside of the home of suspect Richard Allen in mid-October. They were there for many hours, and we have exclusive photos only on HLN taken outside of his home that day.
Oh, to my email
Now go
or
back to
what?
Delphi.
To your
HLN
email.
investigative producer Barbara McDonald. Barbara, walk us through these photos and what we're seeing.
Oh, here we go. Here we go,
That's right,
guys.
Susan. I was
He
able
said, yeah,
to
just
speak
got
with
that
some of the
info from a
neighbors of
source.
Richard Allen.
Thanks,
They've lived
Dustin.
near him for several years. They were familiar with him, but didn't know him well. But on Thursday, October 13th, they noticed a lot of activity outside his house, a lot of cars that appeared to them to be unmarked law enforcement vehicles, a lot of men not in law enforcement uniforms, but in suits and khaki pants, all arriving at the house just before noon. They asked Richard and his wife to exit the home and to remain outside of the home throughout the day. They weren't allowed back into the home until around 11 p.m. that night. During that time, Richard stood outside. His wife sat in a van. He stood outside that van for several hours. One of the photos shows that we've exclusively obtained. Another photo shows him
You're
sitting
right,
in
though,
the
it's
van
there.
with his wife, with the passenger door open for another several hours. At some point, as it was starting to get
Wow,
dark
I'd
out,
leave
this
if I were
these
her.
neighbors noticed that the Carroll County Sheriff's Chief Deputy Tony Liggett arrived. He had a piece of paper with him. He showed it to Richard Allen, and at that point, a tow truck arrived and started taking the car away, one of the cars away, not the one he'd been sitting in, but a car that the neighbors recognized as one that he routinely used. And they began a search inside the house and also in the yard using some sort of a device, perhaps
send
like
it
a
all
metal
to you.
detector or something like that, to search a flower bed and also an area around a shed. They did dig around the shed, some small areas. They took a lot of photos in the shed. The neighbors also watched through binoculars as officers came out of the house carrying several bundles of cloth, dark cloth, perhaps clothing, a Macy's
wow.
shopping bag, a shoebox, and a stack
What?
of books, small books.
Wow.
Wait, I missed that. What?
Yeah, I was going to say, you want to hear that. Oh, she's
Yeah.
naming
They
what
took a
they
lot of
brought out the
photos
house.
in the shed
Okay.
that he
Photos
routinely
in the
used.
shed.
And they began a search inside the house and also in the yard using some sort of a device, perhaps like a metal detector or something like that, to search a flower bed and also an area around a shed. They did dig around the shed, some small areas. They took a lot of photos in the shed. The neighbors also watched through binoculars as officers came out of the house carrying several bundles of cloth, dark cloth, perhaps clothing, a Macy's shopping bag, a shoebox, and a stack of books, small books.
Wow.
And at this point, we don't know what any of that means for the investigation. That is something that I'm sure investigators have spent the last several weeks looking for, whatever evidence perhaps led them to today. And the neighbors said that they had known him for several years, and he was basically, there was nothing special about him. He lived a quiet life with his wife and didn't have loud parties, didn't have a lot of people over. They spoke to them on occasion, but not often, and they're quite unnerved by these developments.
Yeah,
Susan?
that is what is so baffling. And you were able, as you mentioned, to speak to the neighbors and get those pictures. And the neighbors through binoculars thinking, who is this? We didn't even know our neighbor. And you mentioned that shed in the back.
Yes. And that's right. And they said that, you know, they'd never in their lives ever seen that type of activity in their neighborhood or anywhere else that they've ever lived. It was a lot of vehicles, perhaps 8 to 12 vehicles they saw. One of them did appear to be a crime scene type white utility van. And it took 12 hours all told, many of those hours seemingly waiting for a search warrant.
Wow. Barbara McDonald, thank you for those photos and speaking to the neighbor. Casey, quickly here, what does that tell you? The neighbors had no idea.
Well, again, hiding in plain sight. Again, it's the roots to the community that can be the best disguise when somebody is guilty of a crime. We see this all the time, particularly with serialists, people who commit a number of crimes. And by definition, when somebody commits a number of crimes like this, they're successful in it. They keep getting away with it by just looking normal, going through their normal routine. You can be very sure that the police are going to consider that perhaps he has done this sort of crime in the past. And maybe that is what this investigation into his house is about. Remember, we don't know if he took souvenirs from Abby and Libby. We don't know exactly what they're looking for, but it would seem that what they found there is responsible for his arrest on Friday.
Well said. I'd like to thank our entire panel tonight for their expertise. I know we all are thinking about the family and hoping for justice for
Well,
Abby
that
and
was a
Libby.
good video, actually. So I thought the pictures were going to be a little bit like closer, like a better view, but
Yeah,
hey,
it's
we
kind
saw
of
it at least.
blurry.
Yeah. Oh, anyway.
Don't do that. I just did that.
Huh?
Oh, it got me. I just did that. I knew it was going to get me.
Okay, so did you send it to me, you said?
I did.
Let me see here.
I told them that I'm going to read all of it after this, and that if you end up referring to it, I'll give him credit. But he said, okay, thank you, Dustin. He said he doesn't want credit, and I said, okay. I feel bad because it's like really good information.
So, I mean, it's probably too long to read right now, you mean?
It's pretty long.
Shoot.
Yeah. Well, do you plan on doing another live about this? Or no?
Yeah. Oh, about the video or about the case? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Then yeah, that's what I want to do is go through and make notes.
Wait,
and
wait,
then,
wait, wait. No, your video didn't send anything. It's blank.
Hang on.
It's like the blank email.
Man, I always get those video game companies wanting me to do those videos.
I know, me too. I don't know what.
Have you ever answered them or no? Never. I
No,
did
but
once.
I did once and I didn't get a response. I did a couple times and didn't get a response. So I
They
don't.
told me they'd pay $600, and if I wasn't happy with it, to name the price. And then I got nervous and I never responded to them again.
I mean, I just don't know what's legit. I had one person
I
like look in to see
know.
if they're legit, and they said they're all like scams. But like, and then that Netflix one, it won't let me download that. So that could be like a legit one. But when I download like the instructions and everything, like all the stuff, it
Yeah.
won't bring it up for some reason.
They
So do you
might
think-
need to send you, because that happened with the Black Desert, which I saw emailed you too, which I don't think there's any relation between us. It just you know what I mean, email a lot of YouTubers. And they sent me a script once, and because I didn't check my email right away, the link is only good for like a very small window, so you're not able to send it to someone else. You know what I'm saying? So you might have to respond right away for a good link. Yeah.
Shoot. Well, I emailed them and I said it didn't work, but they never responded back. Did you
I'd
see
try
it?
again. No.
They said, "Hey, I can't load the
Open
thing,"
it.
because you so
Okay.
like, do you really think it's them?
It looked legit. I thought it did, especially with like the like personal information underneath their signature, you know, the manager stuff. Oh no. I hate Proton. Well, on my phone at least. Oh, here, it should be under sent. There we go. Oh, I see how it's blank.
Well, I don't know. I feel like I don't want to miss out on stuff though. Like if they are good options, because I get so many. There's got to be some legit ones. I'm back to that again. Do you think? Like I feel like am I being stupid and like missing out? But then I'm scared because I don't know which ones are
Yeah.
good.
I can't find it now. Like,
And then it's like I'm scared. Like, okay, what's the next step? Do they have to have like some kind of like information where they could get into my account or something? Because I know
no, I
the
don't think
one
so.
where I think the one that they have to have access to somewhat of your account to like, right? I feel like there's something where you have to really.
No, because all you do is they send you the script and then you say it, and then they might have to send you like a video that if they want you to use the commercial video, you know.
Yeah, but I don't know. There was something that on the one of them that I got so far, but then they had to. There was something that made me nervous. I thought it was something like where when you get like an app, like there's like an app where
Mhm.
you have to give your channel, like a limited access. You have to give them limited access. It's something like that, which I'm afraid. And then like Google will like send you a thing and says like, are you are you okay with giving them access? Do you have any idea what I'm talking about or no?
No, not as far as
Okay.
giving access.
All right, never mind. You never had that with anything where they
Oh,
asked
with
for
apps and stuff?
like no, like limited access first. Yeah.
Yeah, for apps and stuff. Yeah.
No, but like limited access to your YouTube, like, or no? Never mind.
No.
Never
I was
mind.
about to say you shouldn't allow that. I don't think that comes up. That's come up for you and you clicked yes.
No, then I was scared.
Oh, yeah.
But that's what I'm saying.
Oh
That's
my
why I was like,
God, thank God you didn't. That's not necessary at all, in my opinion.
but
But
there was
that
a
looked legit.
but no, they gave like a like it made sense of why, because they needed to like be able to, I forget the reasoning, like kind of made sense. And then I'm like, are they all like gonna be like that? So is that something I'm gonna have to trust this to do it? Is what I was thinking.
Wow, I
Because
feel
then
like they
how do they
almost
pay
got
you?
you.
Like, but the thing is how does that work then? What do you, how do they pay you? Like,
With the video game one, they said
no,
they
any
sent it.
of them.
They said they sent it in any, like they were even willing to send me Bitcoin if I wanted it.
I don't
I don't know why they'd have to access my YouTube to be able to pay me. That doesn't make sense. I'm glad it didn't work
It was
out.
more for the video thing, I think, but yeah.
Every other
Alright.
person that does like HelloFresh, all of those, they make their own little marketing thing with HelloFresh Incorporated. Unless it's like bigger than that, then they're given like a promotional package. You know what I mean? And then they edit that into the live or start their live with that at the beginning. And it'll say paid promotional or paid promotion included on the top of my TV whenever there is one.
I
Trying to
don't
send you
know.
this, but old mail is like not there. It's so annoying. I hate the Proton app. I have his newest, but I want the one I just was reading.
Yeah, maybe I'll do like a short, like a pre-recorded and read that stuff. But wait, who's the source? Like the person that sent it to
Got
you,
it. Gosh darn.
did they like order it themselves, or how did they get these
I don't think
documents?
he wants to say who his source is.
But is it okay that I read it like on a video?
That's what I told him. I said if she ends up using it, or do you want to know? We'll make sure to give you credit. That's what I just said. And
What'd he say?
yeah. And he said, no need for credit.
Okay. Because I don't even, who was it that even said, I don't even know who sent
He's in the
it.
chat still. He's Dustin Andrew.
What is his name?
That's why I've been reading his comments like the whole time because he's had like unknown
Wait, where is he?
information.
Oh, Dustin Andrew. Okay, Dustin.
Mhm.
But I shouldn't say his name then, or I should? I mean,
He said
like
he doesn't
don't
want.
do it? Okay.
Yeah, he said he doesn't want credit,
Okay.
and I think he got it from a source, and maybe this source doesn't want to be, you know what I mean, broadcasted.
Okay. All right. Well, I think that is a night, guys. Hopefully, I feel like I didn't get to do like as much as like a good deep dive into it as I would have liked to, but I did have like I still have like 10 more videos I was planning on like editing down into like different clips of it, but I never got that done. But so like a different like interviews from like the some of the neighbors and stuff. But I'll read that and maybe oh wait, he sent you another link?
Yeah, I just got several.
Wait, is there more stuff?
Yeah, there's like 6 of them. But I don't. But that's why I was like, "Are you about to start this stuff now?" Oh my God, my.
Thing. Yeah, right. All right, guys, I'm gonna end this. Thanks, Autumn. Thanks, chat.
You're funny, dude.
Wait, why?
Oh, I was hoping you were gonna say that, but then I was like sitting there waiting to hear if you were about to want to go over all this stuff right now.
No, I am
Okay,
not
that's why. And
gonna.
I asked you, but you were just like,
Oh, you asked me that when?
yeah.
I thought we already
Just
talked
like
about that. I
3
thought it was gonna
seconds
do a
ago.
pre-recorded. I thought. That's what I was asking. Do I need to give him credit?
I think you were reading chat, which is what happens to me all the time.
Yeah,
Okay.
but that's good because that's your job.
Yeah.
No, I'm just joking. Okay. All right. I'm going to go. Bye, guys.
All right. I gotta put my sweater on. I didn't bring a coat.
Are you ready? Or do you want to say bye?
Oh, bye everyone. Thank you.